For some reason, the phone is always.
Because then I usually just turn the sound off of the phone. Because then I can at least hear through it. For some reason, the phone is always so delayed. I don't know why.
It really is.
And it's been since I upgraded or got a different phone. I think it's the actual phone.
All right, I'm live.
All right, I'm live.
All right, let me see if I can find you.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like I have to. There you go.
All right.
Okay, I requested.
You just gotta turn the background and all that jazz on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well.
I just gotta turn the background and all that jazz.
Okay. No, you're fine. 'Cause I was gonna try to adjust the.
Oh, yeah. Well,
What the heck?
okay. No, you're fine because I was going to try to adjust the other one.
We have the mystery 10-second delay again.
We have
On
the
both
mystery
accounts?
10-second delay again.
Yeah, it's coming through the.
On both accounts.
The headphones are delayed?
Yeah,
it's coming
literally,
through the-
I'm having the same conversation
headphones
10
are
seconds
delayed?
apart. Or listening to it.
Yeah,
Is
I'm having the same
what is there?
conversation
Hold on, let me-
10 seconds apart.
It's like on loop
I'm
on
listening to
something.
it.
I don't know what.
Hold on, let me.
It's like, what? What?
It's like on loop on something. I don't know what.
Let me plug up the other mic.
Is that better? Can you hear me like as I'm talking now?
Yes. Yeah, there's not a delay. I'm waiting for the
Can
delay.
you hear me like as I'm talking now?
There's still
Okay.
a delay.
I was like, what?
Yes.
There is still a delay?
Waiting
There
for the
is.
delay.
I was like,
There's
what?
still a delay.
Damn it, how
There's
much?
still a delay?
It's still around 10 seconds.
There is.
Damn it, how much?
I'm just trying to like change settings and see like maybe if that will do anything.
Yeah.
It's still
We've
around 10
been
seconds.
having
Okay,
this
let's see what
issue.
this does. It says
That's
raw
why when I got
audio.
on, I was like, I looked like, ugh!
Okay,
It's
let's see
because
what this
of
does.
the
Now I
delay.
can't hear you at all.
Raw audio.
You can't? Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Did I do that?
No, me. Hold on.
Did I do that?
Son of a bitch.
No, it's me. It's me. It's me.
It's you.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, what did I hit? Damn!
Okay.
I almost had a heart attack.
No, you're
Yes.
fine.
All right, you do you.
Damn. I had almost had a
You're
heart
muted.
attack.
You get stuff going.
I'm
I don't
trying.
have the Liberty earphones in, but I can put
You're
them
muted, You
in.
get stuff going.
I
I
have
don't
my mic
have
on.
the Liberty.
Can you hear me okay with this mic?
I
I
can.
have it in a weird
I
spot
just-
because I was like really loud last week,
Can you hear me okay with
and I
this
had to
mic?
like do a bunch of audio adjusting.
Because I was like, really loud last week.
God damn it!
And I
Why
had
is
to,
this
like, do a bunch
microphone
of
not
audio
fucking
adjusting.
working? No, I just keep hearing.
I can hear
everything.
you now.
I just keep hearing everything
microphone not
10 seconds
fucking
later. So I'm
Oh,
probably
yeah.
gonna rip the earbuds out.
No, I just keep hearing
it's-
Our
everything.
first day.
Yeah, I can't.
Swear.
Like every, it's almost like quadruple because I hear it through the phone and I hear it through the computer, and it's just, it is what it is. I'm just like, what the fuck? Why is this not
what did I
fucking
do?
working? What is?
You're muted. Hold on, let me.
I don't want to receive data. It's
You're
a
muted.
fucking microphone. God damn. Oh. I love technology.
Liberty is not live.
What the fuck? I just heard audio from like 20 minutes ago. Oh, hey. Does that work now? You hear me
Yeah,
now?
you're still muted on like the Ajaxen account. That's what I'm listening through.
Yeah, you're still muted. On,
How about
like,
that?
I can see that you're speaking. It sounds. You look great. I can't. I can't hear what you're saying.
It sounds. You look great. I can't. I can't hear
Can
what
you
you're
hear
saying.
me? Hello?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It was. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, God.
Okay, it was.
Can you hear me okay on the Liberty page?
I can hear everybody, and then I hear the same conversation 10
Can you hear me
seconds
okay on
later.
the Liberty page?
Oh God.
Is there
I
a
can't.
delay, Tabby?
I can hear everybody, and then I hear the same conversation 10 seconds later. Is there a
Tabby
delay?
in.
Yeah.
Tabby.
She says she can hear both.
Yeah.
Is Tabby in?
Not hearing an.
She
I'm gonna.
says she
I'm
can
gonna
hear-
watch my mouth. Can you hear me?
Not hearing an.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yes, there's a delay. On the Liberty page.
Yes, there's a delay.
Okay.
on the
Yeah, there's a
Liberty
delay.
page.
Oh, God.
So it's on. She's on that one.
I'm
So
sorry.
the
It's just. It's
do you
like,
want to just do compute? We could just
So it's not- she's
we could
on
just
that
do like the liberty and the
Okay, it's-
unconsenting. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Do you
Let's
wanna
just do
just talk-
computer.
And we
I
can
mean,
join.
it's
We can
like-
join
Do,
them.
like the Liberty
Yeah.
and consenting. That's fine.
Yeah, let's just do that.
And we can
Yeah.
we can
Let's
join
just do
them.
computer. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
Fine.
just.
yeah,
Stay
Yeah,
with the
let's
show's
just do that.
account, and then because I don't care about A
Fine.
Jackson.
yeah. We'll just.
You know what I mean? Like,
What?
So
I,
Yeah.
but I
stay
know
with the
you
show's
need
account.
your
Yeah,
Nova.
we can do-
I don't care about A Jackson.
Good lord, I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
I know
Like-
Nova doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
I know.
But
you
I
need the
know you
footage
need
through Nova,
your
is what I'm
Nova-
saying.
Good lord, I'm sorry.
I can join.
I know Nova
like
doesn't.
another.
I mean, I know you need the footage for
think-
Nova. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think I can just join.
Like
Yeah.
I think.
Let me. It's fine. We'll get this figured out.
Yeah.
I will log in
Yeah.
Fine. We'll get this figured out.
on the other one.
We'll-
So
It's like
we're
I
fine.
keep-
We'll just end the computer and we'll just stick with the Liberty page.
on the other one.
But
We're fine.
let me
Okay.
Computer and we'll just
change-
go to the
It's like I
Liberty
keep.
my monitoring.
page.
So
Let me-
No, you're
I'm
fine.
gonna change
Take all the
microphone and
time.
stuff. For
Yeah,
Okay.
take all the time.
So
I
I'm
mean,
gonna jump off.
I'm gonna change
We can just
microphone
add
and
our
No,
own
you're fine.
accounts.
Take all
to
the
this one.
time.
stuff. So I'm gonna jump off.
Yeah, take all the time. I mean,
To the
we can
So
just add
I'm
our own
just staying
accounts
put
to this
Jesus
one.
Christ, I'm sorry. I'm staying put. It's not you. It's the
No, you're fine.
reverberation back.
So I'm just
staying
put-
right
Oh,
here.
Jesus
Correct.
Christ, I'm sorry.
Just
No, you're fine.
the
I'm
show's
staying put. It's
account
not
staying
you.
put.
It's the reverberation back.
Okay.
I'm staying right here. Correct. Just
On
the show's account staying put.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just get
Okay.
off.
So this
Okay.
one's gonna
I'll
end
continue
to the
that.
phone. Okay.
So it'll just be
That
on the
works.
Liberty and the unconsenting page.
Okay.
Okay, so this one's gonna end to the phone.
Yep.
Oop.
Okay, that works.
Oh. You good? Can you hear?
I can hear you just fine.
Oh yeah.
Hear me
Oh
okay?
my God. It's the phone part. I maybe they're trying to not prevent us from daisy chaining.
Probably. There's probably like a delay. I just put these in.
No, it was just like intense because I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, because it kept hearing the same conversation like in perpetuity. And then it was just layering on top of it. That's why I kept like being like, I can't. So I could not follow any of it. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to. Okay, now I get it. Okay, we're just going to turn that off.
Are we good now? Can you?
Yeah.
Everybody can hear us. Everything's
Yep.
fine. We're good. How did you jump over from your computer?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, just add.
Yeah, just add.
For some reason, when I was
For
trying
some
to-
reason, when I was trying to.
Okay,
So
the
just
delay's
mute
back.
one of
Okay.
the
The
sets.
delay's back.
So take your phone or like whatever one's on your phone.
Okay.
Just mute your phone.
I did. I muted it.
So what'd you do to jump on from your computer?
I just have it right here.
Oh, it's because this is your phone. Never mind.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Yeah, down here's my phone.
I just gotta.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a background picture. Ooh, we could make it this.
That works.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so if you want to hop on to just you want me to request you or see if I can? It's weird cuz like I
I have to get an account set up. That's the problem. I don't. Oh.
just hop onto Nova.
I have my phone set up. to
Oh,
Liberty,
okay.
So I have to use my
Yeah.
my other phone to log it up. So
Okay.
I'll do it, but we'll just keep talking in the meantime and do it.
Okay. I can't really hear you nearly as well. Just a heads up. I'm straining to hear you.
Really?
Yes, Liberty is too quiet. Thank you, Tabby. Yes. Oh, and I'm sorry. I did not see. I was too busy adjusting my stuff. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you were trying to tell us.
Let me switch. Give me 2 seconds. Let me
Yeah,
switch.
take your time. I'd rather the audio be good. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. It just, I was all set up on the other account, on the show page, and it's all good. It's just, we keep trying to connect this way, and it's just not worked out very well. And it's fine. It's probably something that somebody's trying to do somewhere. So, like with this new ownership, I don't doubt much. The only thing is I gotta make sure I can pull up Edge. Can you still see me? Yes, you can. Okay, never mind. I answered my own question.
Can you hear me better now?
It's still quiet.
Oh, that's why.
You got it?
How about now?
Yes, so much better.
Is it better?
Yes.
Worse?
Better.
Better?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a little bit on the loud side now, though. You're gonna probably want to balance it a little bit better.
Okay, hold on.
Well, just
I just
because
wanna
of what
put-
you had said at the beginning, like, oh, the show that last week was too loud. So that's why I'm telling you.
No, you're
Bother
good.
me.
No, I always sound louder than you do.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
just
can
moving my
turn
mic
up-
back so I can get that going.
I can try to
Does
turn
that
up-
sound okay? Everybody's good?
I can turn up my mic.
I didn't think
too.
this was gonna take like.
I swear, it's like TikTok does this every so often. Every time I have to update the TikTok Live app, it fucks something up. It's like they don't think about it before they release it, or they don't double check it.
Go back.
So as soon as I saw it downloading, I was like, motherfucker. Sure enough.
Shit. Are you frozen? Are you just
No,
listening
no,
to
I'm
me
just-
cuss
I'm-
at my?
I'm just waiting to see how things conclude.
Oh,
If you can get it.
that's because I have the wrong earphones in now. Jesus Christ. It's like I can't hear a
One
damn thing.
One day we'll actually know what we're doing. I promise, guys. It'll be fine. We'll get there.
fuck's sake.
We'll totally get. We have the info. We just don't know how to get it out. 'Cause
I can-
Neither of us. We're in science. Okay, we're in medicine. We don't know how to do. We don't know how to do audio. Shit.
Okay, that was okay. We're super cool. Forgot to switch those over. My bad.
It happens.
It's my first day with
It's okay.
everything. Jesus.
Well, it's okay. It's like I get on and I'm like, what the hell? And it's just because like, the layering of delay. Because then it was like stuff I had said 10 minutes ago was coming through, and I was like, I said that a long time ago. Like, what the fuck?
What do you mean? I don't know what phone number I've set to that.
Yikes, 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 yikes. Well, all right. So, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Yeah, I can keep messing with this in the background. That's okay.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Unconsenting Governed. My name is AJ.
And I am Nova.
Today, as we alluded to heavily in all of our stuff, we are talking about certain campaign finance situation. Little PAC action. It's called Merica. It's called Merica PAC. Merica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of them too.
I heard that
it's
they
kinda scary.
splintered.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I can't tell you exactly how many off the top of my head, but I have show notes for that
Yeah.
purpose. So
Timeout. Tabby says that there's a loud fan sound.
a fan sound?
It sounds like a compressor of some sort. Like a refrigerator.
Well, that's dumb. Yeah, I know what that is. Hold on.
No, you're fine.
It's my laptop cooling stand.
Nice.
How's that?
There you go. That's better.
Is it literally done now? Like that's
Yeah.
all it was?
That's all it was.
Son of a bitch.
All right. So today, like I said, we're talking about Merica PAC. And yeah. So we kind of have some thoughts.
Quite a few thoughts. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, and I'm just gonna join on my account. I'm just gonna leave it because I'm running out of patience with
Oh, I'm sorry.
having. No, it's not your fault. I don't remember my email password, and I have it set up on that device, and so it was because I'm one of those weird paranoid folks that I don't use like normal email. I just use like symbols and numbers, and I don't have that shit memorized.
Right.
And it's on my phone behind, like that I'm actually using for the show.
Right.
So,
Get it.
I can't get in there right this second.
No, you're
And if
good.
I were to guess, it would be a horrible choice. So, we just won't go there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna close that one.
So it looks like, okay, so we had talked the other day about DDHQ and what all that is. So I'm afraid with some of this, we're going to have to speak in some code. So for those people who are not aware of some of these acronyms for people, Mr. Musk, we usually call him Space Karen or Alonia Muskrat. Trump can be any number of things. Elections or vote contests, you know, that kind of thing, tallies or votes, just in case people have not been following the entire community online. So when we say those terms, is we're just trying to get around the algorithm. We know exactly who we're talking about. So,
Yep.
but it looks
The other
like,
one.
Oh,
The
sorry.
other one I'm sorry, I'm just going to add in another one because I don't want to. Now is not the time, Kat. Every time. It rhymes with Malantir. We're just going to call it the Eye. So
Yes,
if everybody,
yes. The Eye of Sauron, we can actually call it that. That would make more sense.
we could do that. Yep. Just so everybody has that in the back of their head as well.
Okay. So, it looks like... Alright, so... Merica PAC... I guess the overall vibe is just the door knocking and canvassing had some ulterior motives. Correct.
Correct. Well, and bigger than that, I'm going to start with like cash flow.
Yeah, okay.
And kind of build...
I
Yeah,
see
no,
the
it-
points. I just didn't know how you wanted to hook that.
Yeah, so just to kind of like give people a really good window when it started, how it started, and like where to go from here basically. This web is getting insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no good period. There's no good. We'll just leave it with that because that's the
Yeah.
honest statement there, because it's just so tangled, and it's just, if this was the other way around, it would be an absolute, people would be throwing fists and shit.
yeah.
Like it'd be bad.
Well, they did that for less. Let's just put it that way. Like, they
Yeah.
did that for less. Like, that side. And, it's... Yeah.
No, you're not wrong at all.
Yeah. Just the...
And yeah, they did it with... They did it with...
Sorry.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they did it for less. They did it with less connections. They did it with less proof, or at least questionable information. Less statistical data. We'll put it that way. And they threw harder punches. So it just that pisses me off just as much as the rest of you, I know. So, but yeah, let me kind of give it a start. So, Merica PAC, we'll start there. They spent $144 million in the 7 swing states alone. So that's how much they spent. That's listed in FEC filings. Everything that we have, the information that I'm giving you, I'm going to put up on our webpage when we're done, and our stack that is subbed, so people can look this up and see all that information for themselves as too. But what I want to talk about is like where that my cat, look at this thing. Not now.
Every time every time he tries to do the show, the cats are like, "You're sitting down."
I am putting up a wall. I swear, I really am. We talked about it this like just an hour ago. But yeah, so the idea of this is just let you know, like, because this information is out there, but it's not talked about. Kind of give you where the money went, what all the situation entailed, and just a little bit more information. So we'll go into it this way. So about 11 weeks. Yeah, let's go back that way. So 11 weeks. So Merica PAC was registered on May 22nd. 11 weeks earlier than that, there was a small group of major donors that met privately at the castle in Florida. Right?
Ooh, that's
so
a
11.
nice one. The castle in Florida. I like that. Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, what do I call that place? During this meeting, the only thing that is to be assumed is that an advisory role was discussed during this meeting, because the Muskrat didn't just back this PAC, he was the PAC. He spent $239 million of his own money, which is 91% of all of its funding. That's not a donor. Like, that's an owner. Like, you can't argue any other way.
Right.
The second biggest donor is Joe Lonsdale, who is Sauron's co-founder.
Oh my God. Is that the dude that has the wild hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's the dude that's got like that curly hot thing.
Oh yeah, he
hot-ass
looks like
thing.
he's on like super coke.
Yes. Yes. He looks like he's
Yeah.
doing a lot more than gardening. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing. Okay. That's why
Yeah,
he was
so-
so excited on that podcast. That makes a lot more sense now.
yeah, there and it keeps going. It keeps digging in. So in July in 24, two new co-managers were told they were taking over for the PAC. One's name is Phil Cox. The other one is Jirna Peck. The first thing they did was to fire existing vendors and replace them with firms connected to their own companies. So in the PAC systems, you've got the canvassing end of it, but you also have firms. Some of the firms we talked about last session, where we went over DDHQ and stuff, they're like consulting firms. They go over information. They kind of give you all that fun stuff. One of them was Melinda Carr, who is Brandon Carr's wife, who is like the co-founder of the other stuff. So just putting it all together there, so everybody can kind of see that. But Wall Street Journal found that more than 40% of the PAC's total spending, $144 million, flowed through Phil Cox's own affiliated firms. So all the money that they spent flowed through basically the second in command's firms and companies. So the guy who was managing the money was also receiving the money and sitting on both sides of that transaction. What is happening with the display right now?
Oh, I have no idea. All of a sudden, I looked up and it was doing this, so I'm trying to fix it. But yeah, I don't know exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Is it distracting? Do you want me to stop, or do you?
No,
are we good?
I'm trying to fix it. It's just, well, you just might only see me on the corner. Well, you can't really even see me on the phone. I'm not surprised, given what we're talking about. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair.
This tends to happen a lot. So yeah, I don't know why. Nova's in the wrong box. What is going on? They really kind of have. Okay. All right. TikTok.
I mean, I've seen worse. Okay.
Okay. You can hear me, so I'll
Yeah,
just
and you
keep
can see
the-
us both. So I say we keep going for now. If
Yeah.
something weird happens, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about these two characters, and then get into some more characters. So this is just going to continue to flow to connect the dots between all these people and all these things, and then we can go into what we think happened. So just bear with us. There's just a lot of information. It kind of sucks. It's a lot of repetitive. Guess
Yeah.
who? Guess who?
And there's
But
a
it's
good
all
chance-
important.
There's a good chance things are going to freeze, things are going to glitch. This happens when we start talking about things they don't want us to talk about. So,
Yeah. So I'm gonna start with our good old buddy, Phil. He isn't just some fringe guy that like no one's heard of. He has nearly 3 decades in red hat politics. He is the former RGA executive director, so the Republican Association's executive director. He sits on the board of the Senate Leadership Fund, which is worth noting. It's a separate group that also gave Muskrat $10 million personally during this. And he was the senior advisor on Ron DeSantis' 2024 presidential run. So,
hey, I did have one thought. Sorry. You know what else happened in July of 2024?
what?
The piercing pagoda incident.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that does tie in because
All right.
and I don't know if I actually brought this up as much, but right before so like that May 22nd date hit, that May of 2024 date hit, and the piercing pagoda happened right after. It was basically like the week after is when Elon said he was going, or the Muskrat said he was going to start standing behind and in front of and start raising money and getting red flags out there, and started the not as big as the chainsaw incident, but might as well have been, when he started investing more lucratively into these situations. And in further episodes with more things that we have going on, I have more things that line up specifically around all of that stuff, but that's for later when we have more stuff and other things going on. But if you were to write a movie script, it wouldn't be this perfect.
Wow.
Just throwing it out there.
Okay.
So yeah. So that was Cox guy. So ironically, PAC, who's the other person, managed the same fancy toe shoed guys 2022 Florida recontest. Also a co-founder of P2 Public Affairs with the first guy, so with Cox. So they're all intertwined. The other Muskrat backpacked ran ads deliberately designed to look like they came from a pro-Harris group. Merica PAC's own co-manager personally built one of the Muskrat's deception operations. So like the Jerna, who built building America's future, as well as being the second in command now, or the third in command now, in Merica PAC, created Building America's Future PAC, so which was supposed to look pro-Harris, to sway people from getting more information from them and getting for that full-on registration that we're talking about. So everyone is really worried about, at this point, them having an entire, basically a Rolodex. And this is just kind of proof that it happened. They had packs that looked like, blue team packs, and they had packs that looked like red team packs to build that giant database that we've all kind of, that goes into the other parts of all of our other investigative work. Mm-hmm. So now everyone's worried about them getting data and them, dumpy going over to states and saying, hey, I want your data. They already have some data, a majority of data, in the places they were specifically looking for through all these packs. And I'll get into a little bit more of that later. of how they did some other things. So the three biggest firms that invested in basically these roles was Blitz Canvassing, which Ashley talks about, IMGE, which is supposed to be like Image LLC, and Red Maverick Media. So, and I can't do the math real quick, but we're talking close to 65, 75. Oh, I'm trying to do math quick. We're talking about close to $80 million alone in these three companies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's also a third co-manager that they don't really report on. His name is Dave Rex Rode. Sorry, is a former Republican governor association, so the RGA executive director, former Virginia GOP executive director, former RNC national chair coalition director. So he has three different like giant careers in that field. Is also the third manager of this same company. Merica PAC's largest expense wasn't to Blitz Canvassing or to IMG. It was a $40.5 million payment to a company called the United States of America, Inc. This company was registered 1 month before it received the payment at an address associated with Muskrat himself. So that was the largest expense from Merica PAC. Muskrat basically paid himself $40.5 million. So all the money they got in, he got his reimbursement. But the PAC money has been moving for so long, and so most of this wasn't caught or discovered until after December 2024.
Wow.
Yep.
And that's probably why they didn't sign those financial disclosures either, so that they wouldn't have to report any of this either.
Yep. So, yeah, absolutely.
By the way, the camera on the computer is suddenly not working.
Excellent. That sounds about how this is going to work anyway. So, I'll go back into the idea. So, Merica PAC didn't blanket the country. They split canvassing operations into 4 vendors, each assigned to specific states. And those assignments, I'll give you who they are. So there's Patriot Grassroots, which they paid $38.2 million, and they covered Georgia and Pennsylvania. Their background is in special military forces and military police leadership. Blitz Canvassing covered Nevada, Michigan, Arizona, and North Carolina at a whopping $65 million, which was co-owned by Phil Cox, we already talked about. And Michigan was basically decided by the 7 counties that were Blitz canvassed. Echo Canyon Consulting, which covered Pennsylvania and Ohio at about $15 million. It's a former Bush White House staff member, an Army Ranger, and a contest integrity director. And the last vendor is Campaign Sidekick, which is the app that they used in all 7 states at about $4 million. They're considered the preferred vendor by all 4 firms. So all those companies use Campaign Sidekick, the app. I'm going to get into the app a little bit too, because it's a little fishy. So the app was built by a guy named Drew. He was the former director of the RNC. The app required a continuous 40 megabyte per second uplink. That's the equivalent of streaming a 4K video service continuously while canvassing. It's a lot of upload and download information
That's a lot.
required. for an app that is just supposed to be basically keeping data. They also required them to have their GPS location on at all time, and they were tracked constantly while on the clock, feeding locations to everywhere. Now, here's the other part that's kind of insane, is you can imagine running around needing that much upload, download data when you're in really high crowded places. So think about like when you're in a concert or you're at like an amusement park, you struggle with getting good service. Or when you're in like the boonies and you can't get good service. Can you imagine how they solved that problem? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with space lasers.
Oh,
So-
yep. So when, when they couldn't, then they used the link. The
Yep,
link of
they used-
stars.
They used the link. It was explicitly named as the connectivity solution, so that all the canvassers could be connected at all point in times to the network in real time. It was described as data collected would flow back into the RNC's data hub that you can search and pull back information in future years. They created a database. This is their own words on record. This isn't me just making things up. Like
Right.
that's a direct quote. Okay. You think about the way you used to do this years back, and I know that there are many more people who are way more qualified to talk about this, but when you paper canvassers and people did data tables and things like that, there wasn't an app that you carried around with you at all points in times that required that much data for you to link that information, to not feed it back to a database somewhere to collect data. That's exactly what it was used for. And also another fun fact, in Arizona and Nevada, 25% of the door knocking logs were later flagged as fake. So a quarter of the recorded activity that they required this 40, megabytes per second download bandwidth wasn't real canvassing data. So what was that app actually collecting
Oh, I'm sure. it
if
was
that information
data,
was fake?
data mining for their identity. Yeah.
So the founder of the Campaign Sidekick app, after working as the deputy director of the grassroots outreach program in the early 2000s, he became a security researcher in a lot of some of the other things that are involved in election stuff as well. But in 2020, they found a vulnerability in the Campaign Sidekick code that exposed voter data, names, addresses, voting history, and even Facebook contacts to the public. So, like, anybody who had that app on their phone or could download that app or anything like that, your information could be lost somewhere. One of the big places it flagged was, Facebook contacts and metadata, things like that. So
What a shock.
that's also fun. This Drew that we were talking about, he has a twin brother named Ned, who runs a conservative training organization called American Majority. It is a nonprofit watchdog called Campaign for Accountability, filed a formal complaint with the IRS and state regulators in Wisconsin and in California, saying that Ned funneled hundreds of thousands of dollars from the nonprofit into a for-profit voter data companies. Between 2011 and 14, America's Majority nonprofits gave over $7,500,000 to a firm called Political Gravity, which was named the Twin Brothers Company in the lawsuit. So another bunch of people who have been just intertwined and
Oh, yeah.
lots of laundering back and
Well,
forth.
yeah. I mean, it's this. And by the way, this exact map is on our Substack. I did try to post it on the Clock app, but basically no. It was so tiny you couldn't read any of the print.
Yeah. It sucks. I know. Well, if you go, it's also if you go to our website,
Yes.
there is a documents page where you can find all of our documents, and you can also see if you click on them, that map gets bigger, and you can just zoom through it and move through it and stuff. I made it a little fancy for you guys.
Ooh, fancy.
That way
Yeah.
you can connect the dots through all the people and all the things. I'm in the process of making one through this one, but it also intercepts with that one, so it's kind of a little bit more complicated. But we'll get there.
By the way, I shifted the. I didn't mean to, but it's working. The layout of the live, so you can see everybody except for me. My camera died, so you can see the Ajax. You can see me on one way, but not the other. But I don't know. Whatever. As long as we still have sound. But that's why I shifted it. So, does anybody also have any questions at this point? Because there is more. There's a little bit more here. But if there's anything that anybody's got a question about, just want to make sure people know that they can ask at any given point. So.
Yeah. Yeah, please do. Yeah, if you have any questions or anything, let us know.
Just shout them out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if nobody does right now, I'll just keep going, and if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do, just feel free to interrupt and keep going.
And some
But
of this, it looks like, is going to sound a little bit more familiar here shortly, as far as it was being covered in the media more than what we.
Yep.
So.
yeah, so one of the documented largest donors to all this company is America's Majority, which received $500,000 donation in 2015 from a guy named Leonard Leo, who is the former Federalist Society vice president. Just to kind of give you basically how everything's tied in. And also not to forget that our good friend Leo, he is part of the Dialogue Society with Peter Thiel.
Oh.
So-
Yep. Okay.
Just throwing all of it out there so everyone can kind of,
Get the layers of the shit sandwich. Yeah.
yes, this shit sandwich never stops.
No.
Okay.
It's in perpetuity.
Absolutely, yeah. So you kind of get back into some of this other stuff too. In June 2026, Ashley Sinclair sat down with Gavin Newsom on camera and said what she saw exactly during the campaign. She said that Muskrat sent her real-time voter data from Pennsylvania in October of 2024. And the direct quote was, "He had also sent me real-time data, Delta vote metrics in October from Pennsylvania. And as someone who was cleaning bad door knocking data since I was 18, I looked at that and said, there's no apparatus that I know of that can create that kind of data." So she wasn't just guessing. She spent years professionally cleaning door knocking data and knows that what they had, no apparatus in history has been able to create that kind of data. I also want to point out the phrase, how they say real-time data versus real-time Delta vote, which Delta is change. Just throwing that out there for future and all conversation. The word Delta means change. It's not thrown lightly.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, and yeah, because even in nursing shorthand, when we write something like change, instead of writing out the word change, we put a triangle, which
Right.
is the letter for delta.
good old Latin.
Yep. Yeah, there's so much Latin in medicine, but yeah, we use that all the time.
Yeah.
We're not supposed
So-
to, but we do.
Oh, we do too. I mean, mine's medical adjacent, but we still use Delta, and we use all those signs we're not supposed to and abbreviations we're not supposed to.
Do you use with and without S and C with the line over it?
We do, but we have in the labs, we have approved abbreviations that we can use,
Oh.
and they're defined in our SOPs, so
My
that
dad
it
used
can
to
be
write
referenced.
the SOPs.
Yeah. It's a interesting job to capture all that shit, but I mean that's
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
we don't
we
have,
are
like,
allowed to
approved-
use them.
we don't have like approved ones, but I'll forget that most people don't know what that means. So I'll write, with or without on something like a lunch order or something. And Josh would be like, what the hell? I'm like, oh yeah, that means with.
Yeah.
That means change. That means, yeah.
I always
Degrees.
got in trouble when I went to the doctor's office because they would ask for like your med list, and I was always write it out like pharmacy
PID,
correct.
PRN,
Yeah. And they're all like, how do you know what these are? And I'm like, because I've worked in the medical field my whole life. Like, and I was actually like in school for pharmacy. I worked in the pharmacy. I was a pharm tech for a long time too. So like, I'm not a stranger. Like, well, you're not allowed to use QID anymore. And I'm like, did you know what it meant?
When? We
Did
use it
you?
all
Did
the
you?
time.
I know.
Well, it's
Some-
actually every 6 is what you're supposed to put. So maybe we've gotten away from it. Because
Yeah.
you're supposed to do it Q6. Is 4 times a day.
Yeah. I mean, there are. Whatever. They knew exactly what I was talking about.
Oh
'cause
my
they knew-
goodness! It said that Senator Mitch McConnell had joined the live.
Did it?
Yes.
Yes. It's about time. I've been trying to get my Ouija board out.
Right. Exactly. Like. Yeah, it was like Senator Mitch McConnell. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
I'm down.
Well,
Bring
the
him
ghost of
on.
Mitch McConnell. What's going on?
Do you want to share your input, dude? I'm sure you have a lot more than we do from the afterworld. Maybe.
I don't have my glasses on, but
Oh my god. Yeah, Lysandra does that so well.
I
It's almost
know.
creepy.
I know. There's another guy though. I think I sent the video to that group chat. It was with V, and they were at the Obama Library opening. That's what it was.
hmm
And he, the comedian.
The
that does-
voice guy.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because he does Barack Obama's voice so
Yes.
good.
Yes.
And he also, because he even like defined it as he's got like 4 voices. He's got his presidential voice, and he's got his like normal daily life voice, and he's got his I don't even remember what the other ones were, but like he did a great job explaining like the difference. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He could mess with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, like if he was doing like the RFK Jr. guy does. where he calls
Yeah.
people.
Well, he does. He does celebrities and stuff too. Like he'll go on celebrity shows and do their voice, like talk shows.
Yeah.
I was gonna say David Letterman, but Jesus, how old am I?
Well,
but you know,
to
yeah,
us, he's relevant.
right. But the other ones, like
Right.
Jimmy Kimmel, and he does Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
To Jimmy Kimmel, which is just hilarious to me, because
Mm-hmm.
then they try to like change their voice a little bit, and you're like, that's not working.
Right.
But whatever. Yeah. Okay. So before we get really distracted and go down
Yeah,
that,
I'm
we can
trying
go
to
down
let
that
you
rabbit.
finish.
We can go down that rabbit hole. We'll go down that rabbit hole here in a little bit too, because that's another one we can chat about for days. But another quote that she said on contest night herself from him said that, yeah, I knew hours ago that dump 1, my team has the best real-time data anywhere. And the reason it's been really hard for me to dismiss anything she said is because she's given dates and times that I've linked to other things as well. And I know you can find, like you can correlate things that aren't necessarily correlatable, but a lot of them are, and that's going to be for another time.
Right.
But you also have to bring up the fact that not only was she getting paid from that side's, their podcast bros, the whole 9 yards, all of them, all the grifting that was going on over there. But she was also offered $40 million to stay quiet. Mm-hmm. It was a non-disparagement agreement, which is for eternity, which she turned down.
Right.
But the next part of the conversation is kind of important because she said, she's brought up the things about space lasers, things like that. And she said, do I think that maybe their lasers beaming down from space to change the vote on Dominion machines? Probably not. But do I believe that very powerful technology from very powerful individuals is being exploited to create outcomes that they want? Yes, absolutely. And she said that on June 4th. So just I'm going to throw that out there. So everything she has, all that, and she has, it's on, you know, you can look up Gavin's podcast. You can see clips throughout all the internet places, things like that. But it just seems like that's a lot to put on, something like one person to put on and say if it wasn't true.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure if it wasn't true, they would be suing the pants off of her anyway.
Right.
So that alone right there should tell you everything you need to know, you know?
Absolutely.
So from Donnie sues people for fun. Like he literally sues people just for shits and gigs. So if he's not, then that should tell you a lot right there.
I mean, he sued the lady from Iowa who predicted that.
Right. That Ann lady.
I mean, that wasn't even that's not even like discrimination. That was a prediction. Like her job is to predict.
Yeah, she was a statistician. Yeah. Probability.
Right. Like what? You didn't even sue the people who never mind, we're going to all that other stuff too, but you know, he doesn't ever sue anybody who says he poops himself. He doesn't sue anybody who says he has dementia, and he doesn't sue anybody who says that he is a offender. So I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, there's also a lot of other interesting ones. So there's one I wanted to talk about is really weird, and it's just kind of one of the ones that not very many people know about. The Patriots Grassroots, which is a firm that is run by former Special Forces officers. They were assigned to Georgia and Pennsylvania. They built their own AI system to monitor canvassers, and they called it Grace. Right? Mm-hmm. And this is a direct quote from their blog. Grace ensures data accuracy by detecting inconsistencies such as canvassers reporting activity in one state while located elsewhere. By cross-referencing GPS activity data, Grace flags errors instantly.
Or makes databases of populated areas.
Right.
Perhaps.
So yeah,
as you know, for educational and plot twist purposes only, you know, just in case.
Yeah. So and it's just so, like how creepy it is that they built a system to cross-reference GPS locations against reported activities in real time across state lines, and they documented where canvassers were caught, saying that they were working in Georgia but they were physically in Florida. Now, they built an infrastructure to track exactly where every device was at every moment that already existed, and they uploaded logs and things like that. That's like creepy stuff for a canvassing job. You know what I mean? Like, that's creepy.
It's almost like they were trying to amass like a base of data that they could then pull from on this particular night. That they needed to do that for just once or twice or whatever, you know, to make sure that their side continued to get whatever they wanted. It's weird how that seems to just line up so nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's other theories on why they needed to be that specific with their locations and things, because and that has to do with other things that we can talk about later.
Sure. Yeah, not that they were, you know, rigging anything.
Well, I mean, at that point it was just a drop off, for it to exist later in other places. Going back to all the other things. I'll just let it out now. So at one point, when Ashley shared some of her timestamps, it gave us a date that said that this is when things were, you know, I think it was by tomorrow, and I can pull these direct quotes, but I have that set up for another time, another date. But he says that tomorrow he's going to release the anomaly in the Matrix, and that correlates with other things that were going on. The pre-testing that is involved in all the machines and things like that happened literally like that day after when he says tomorrow would have been is there. Again,
He's just
you
such
could
a nerd. I'm sorry. Who uses the Matrix at that point? If you're doing something 20 years later, who the fuck you? There's so many better sci-fi.
I
You know.
mean,
Gattaca.
you could. I mean, he could have. He could, have, but
I'm
he
just
didn't,
saying. I'm just
and
saying.
he didn't,
I mean,
and
of
it
all
made
the
it.
nerd movies to you, that fucking Matrix. Are you like? I'm more disappointed in that. Like, really, Space Karen, really?
Well,
Couldn't
I
make a better
laugh
movie?
that he went with the Matrix, considering the writers of the Matrix are not on a team in which he aligns himself with.
Oh, that too. Yeah. I don't know. God, he's just such. He's like cringe. Like like you'd see. He seems like the type that you would meet him and be like, oh God, like, oh.
100%.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's so weird.
him.
Yeah.
Just like we talked about Stephen Miller last week and about how big of a nerd he was.
Oh,
Like the
God,
two of them could have been buddies in high school and college and shit. Like they had no friends. They were ugly. They were both bald, and they got made fun of and thrown in lockers, and that's why they are the way they are. Period.
Yeah, I know, but still.
One just made more money, and the other one just thinks they're more powerful. Whatever. So also, just another fun fact, the day before the contest, Echo Canyon Consulting received 2 payments, both for exactly $99,999. One was in support of Dumpy Pants, and the other was in opposition to Harris. So still would have been in support of Dumpy Pants at that point, really. That number matters because federal law requires public disclosure within 24 hours for any independent expenditure over $100,000 made within 20 days of a contest. So they specifically made it $1 less so they didn't hit that flag so that they weren't tracked.
It's just I'm trying to sigh for a fact, but of course they did.
It's just one of those things like back to the cringe. How cringy can you fucking be?
Exactly,
Like you literally did all this shit and you thought no one would notice. So whatever.
He's arrogant AF. But anyway, we'll talk about that because there's people joining, I'm sure, to get the information. So let's get through it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so with this being the day before the contest, that's not how canvassing labor works normally. It's not how field staffs get paid. It's not what happens. Not the night before. Like that's another big red flag. Is like all the people who did canvassing would have been done and paid for by now. Any of the other people would have been done. Like at that point, the only people who are left are like the statisticians that are sitting in places and the people who are in like right there. It's not something that happens the day before for it to make sense for it to go to that company that way. So it's not that it's a conspiracy and that or whatever, but
No, I mean I'm sure we could go through and find different donations and stuff like that are right underneath, but just and
yeah. So it's like
everybody does
basically
that stuff, so that's not
right.
huge.
Basically $2 short of $200,000 in structured payments, split precisely to avoid any financial triggers the day before the contest to a former RNC contest integrity director is not routine.
No, it's not.
It's not how spending works.
Right.
And if that was any other person in the world, like that would have been like gone.
Red flag. Red flag. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But for some kind of like good news and stuff, February of this year, Georgia State Contest Board reprimanded the Merica PAC, and I have a case number and everything you can find out, but for sending out partially pre-filled absentee ballot applications in 5 counties in Georgia. They kind of just smacked their hand and said, "Don't do that again."
I do remember
but
that.
it does raise red flags. Just because that's not how it's done. These people who are so like Muskrat himself may not have known that that's not a thing that you should do, but we've already gone through layer by layer, all the other people who have been involved in all these PACs and who have been basically directly involved with this PAC, they knew that's not something you should do. There's no way that none of them were like, hey, I don't think that's legal.
Right. Yeah, no. Nope, I'm sure plenty of people knew, and they did it anyway, because of course they did.
Okay.
I mean,
And another fun fact, but 6 months before Georgia happened, so August, Michigan's Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, opened a review into Merica PAC's website. If you visited the site from a non-competitive state, California, Wyoming, and clicked on the register to vote button, it sent you to the actual state's registration page. If you visited from a swing state, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, etc., the same button sent you somewhere else entirely for you to fill out a form asking for your address, your phone number, your age. No registration happened at the end of it. It was not linked or associated to the voter registration board.
there it is. There it is. That's because because I remember we had, side note, we had talked about some of this stuff as Nova had found stuff. And one of the thought processes was that people having X on their phone may have been the data mining. Do we think now that it was that, or was it people willingly giving him this information under false pretenses?
Why not both?
Okay, yeah.
As much data as you can get. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
these would have been, like, so my thought process about some of this stuff, so, like, this would have been registering and getting people and information, but following people's algorithms is more of, like, a confirmation.
Okay.
Like, these people, these people
Yeah.
are registered, and these are who they are, and this is what they do. But listening to people talk and all that other stuff and saying, like, Bob, Jones, who lives in Pennsylvania, is normally an avid voter, but this year, she's unqualified, and he's a fool, so I'm not voting at all.
Right,
Oh, open ticket,
right. Okay.
basically.
So they were trying, hoping that people would not vote so that they could then throw them in. Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes more sense.
Just a theory.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, we would have to have certain access to certain things to be able to corroborate any of this, and that's kind of why we don't have. Let's put it this way: the legal choices that we have are quickly expiring. So at this point, that's why we are telling whoever will listen what is going on, because we don't want this to continue to happen. People should be able to vote for whoever they feel is the right person, and it should not be. It shouldn't be Space Karen making it happen. So, but that's why you're going to see more and more of this conspiracy type of stuff from us for a minute, because we don't have another way of getting it out to people before the next set of contests. So,
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you do. It's important that you will do. You have to go in, you have to put in, you have to do everything. We need data
Yes.
that says to be able to go back and check later in case there's something that we can, so we can prove it.
let me also stress: make sure that you do continue to put a tally in, as you will be leaving an open ticket for them to use.
Hmm.
Put it that
Yeah.
way. They're gonna use your spot if you don't use your spot. So use your spot. That's got to be one of the bigger messages here, because the thing that we worried about was people not putting in tallies because they would be discouraged. But I think if anything, what we found just corroborates that you have to put in a tally. If you are somebody that votes, you have to show up that day or whenever your appointed time is to vote.
Well, and if you think about it, if you're one of those people who wasn't very active in conversation and things about what your chances are, what your choices were, and what you were going to do, or you said you weren't going to and decided last minute that you were, are you one of those people who, when you went to do it, were told that you already did? Or was you told that yours didn't count?
We're going to need to find a way to make it easy for people to report that this time, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there's things in the works there too. There are companies that, and I know not currently in the U.S., but there are other companies worldwide that you can basically, it's still anonymous, right? But after you do your thing, you have a ticket, and you take your ticket home, and you can QR code it 100 times a night, and it will tell you, like, yes, you did. Yes, it was counted. This is where it was, so you can follow it throughout the process.
So it's like the pizza tracker for your bout. Yeah.
Yes, basically. A lot of other countries do it that way. So it is a thing that can be done, and it's anonymous. It doesn't say, like, I am so-and-so and I did this. It's just, this is what popped out after I did it. You can follow it. That's a sidebar for another day. I don't want to call out pizza companies and stuff from what I know, but
it's just the Domino's tracker I'm very familiar with.
I bet you I'm more familiar.
Oh, well, okay.
My brother worked at Domino's building the app.
Oh, well then, yeah, you would definitely know it way better than me. I just use it a lot. My kid likes to watch him make the pizza, so we go there a lot.
Domino's does a really cool thing. Shout out to my brother, because he listens to our show.
Well, hi.
When you start at Domino's, they make you take training through every role. So he was IT, he did all the IT things, but he had to make pizza, deliver pizza, do all the things.
That's cool though.
Even just so he learned all the roles. I think that should be the way every company runs things. So that way you're not like, what's that piece of shit do every day? You were there, you sweated it off just like the rest of them. Mm-hmm. So you get a chance to learn. But especially when you're also the person who's building operations and systems that affect someone's job, you don't want to be like a lot of other companies and piss off the people who use the program because it's not usable.
Aldi staff apparently is going through it right now with that stuff. So, but yikes. So I think we really need to make sure that we tell people that before the next contest that deciding to not participate is fine, but just know that they will utilize your participation in lieu of you making that choice.
Allegedly.
Okay. Of course, for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was found in one particular state, correct? Or no? Am I jumping ahead?
For that registration? No. Every swing state.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, the swing states, yes. Okay.
Yeah, so every swing state. So they opened it as a review, not a formal finding. A former U.S. attorney for the district said on record she wasn't aware of any laws being broken. So it's a concern, but not a confirmed violation. So one of those stupid legalities things. Mm-hmm. It's not technically tampering because you didn't actually technically do anything.
Right.
But it at least is flagged somewhere as documented, so in case something happens later or another time, it can be referenced again. So that's at least a good part.
Ooh, I didn't see I'm just looking ahead at the next point, and I didn't realize that happened last week.
Oh, yeah. I added a segment between this one and that one too. But just so you're saying, Merica PAC wasn't the only one. Okay. In FCC filings made public in December
we
of
have
2024.
A guest that's oh, no, maybe not. Never mind. Somebody requested it's gone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No,
I didn't see anybody. I was trying to follow my notes.
Sorry.
After everything was already counted and officiated and everything like that, they revealed that there were 3 more political entities that Muskrat personally funded and owned. Mm-hmm. So the first one is the RBG PAC, which was formed in mid-October, less than a month before the contest. 1 week later, it received a single donation of $20.5 million from something called Elon Muskrat's Revocable Trust.
He literally drew a line.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he didn't learn from Jerry Springer.
No. No, not at all.
Oh my god. Okay. So Space Karen's not very good at crime.
No, he didn't watch. He didn't do this. Can you see my finger pointing? He never did one of these really cool, string
It's not always
diagrams
funny in
here.
Philadelphia for him.
Yeah. Yeah, none of it. So
Okay. All right. Interesting.
he
choices.
he never publicly discussed his involvement. So that makes it okay, right?
Yeah.
But the other part about this, what they did, so RBG PAC ran ads in swing states using RBG, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg's name and legacy,
Which
suggesting
makes me freaking angry. I love that woman. Oh my god.
right, and her granddaughter is pissed, and I think she's trying to sue, but don't quote me on that. But they're suggesting in these ads that Dumpy Pants' position on abortion was comparable to the famous RBG.
What?
Absolutely not.
Whoa,
Absolutely not.
How?
But that's what the ads that were ran were saying.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, we've listened to the ads. They've literally cut ads, and
they will.
you've heard the ones from Amy Acton where she said something about
insufficient. Her medical license is insufficient.
She Googled what a pandemic was. Like they cut it off mid-sentence. I had to Google like mid-sentence.
It's probably something like some medication that starts. It sounds similar. That like I did,
Or when the last one was, or how bad it.
The flu from 1919 or whenever it was, 1818. It's the Spanish flu.
Or where it goes from just being an endemic to a pandemic, like where that line is, like what's that number threshold? It could have been fucking anything. I could probably look it up, but I don't want to.
Can I just tell? If you looked at
your Google history,
for stuff like that, like how do you pull What's the difference with this particular line? Like, because you don't remember everything, and sometimes you just need to be like, "Oh, that's right. Okay, I got it." You know what I mean? Like. Is there anything special with this when I pull it out? No? Okay, cool. Let's do this.
Especially when she was doing that. That was a graduation ceremony. I think she was like the commencement speaker.
Right.
So you would want to Google your facts before you go out and say shit.
You just want to run them through something real quick. Just make sure you jotted them down right. Yeah, it's totally, it's fucking reasonable.
It makes sense to you and me and people with some brain cells, and that's where that logic kind of goes.
I know.
The second one, okay, so I said he did three other ones. The second one was he gave $3 million of his own money to the Maha Alliance, which targeted raccoon dick lovers, supporters, urging them to move to Dumpy after Penis Lover dropped out. Yeah, I went with it. I couldn't do anything else. If I tried to do different letters, my dyslexia would have caught me off guard.
I get it. You're fine.
The third group, called Building America's Future, spent $45 million on ads deliberately designed to look like they came from progressive hairstyle groups. And they were referred to as false flag operations, and there was nothing done about it.
What a shock.
Right. So every single thing is the same pattern. We find out they did shit. There was delayed disclosure, and nobody gets in trouble for it. But that's how Muskrat operated his entire 2024 political spending. Just saying out loud. But this is the part that you were excited about. In June 25th of this year,
right,
federal magistrate in Texas ordered Muskrat to sit for a sworn deposition under oath, under penalty of perjury, because two Arizona voters accused Muskrat and Merica PAC of defrauding voters across 7 swing states through the $1 million a day giveaway program. The one that required you to be a registered voter and sign Merica PAC's petition to be eligible. A UCLA law professor put it simply: The only people eligible to participate in this giveaway are people who are registered to vote, and that is illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Plain as day.
Yep, it is.
So, but this next detail, so Merica PAC's own director, a man named Christopher Young, already testified back in February that he was surprised at what Muskrat did.
Why? I'm not.
Because he has to... that guy has to look good.
Oh,
but at least
okay.
there's one guy who's willing to throw him under a bus, right?
Right. Okay. Well, that's good.
There is a Philadelphia DA, Larry Krasner, who's had an active lawsuit against Muskrat and Merica PAC since October of 2025, calling the giveaway illegal lotteries, and that is still active in Pennsylvania today.
I wonder why it hasn't moved at all.
And probably the same reason ETA hasn't moved yet.
Well, ET's done, but
They're still fighting.
okay.
I don't know on so from my understanding what the ETA is, and maybe I missed an update, but they couldn't move forward under that as a
Right, they were gonna go civil. Yeah.
no, as a civil, so they have to go criminal.
Oh, they do. Okay, opposite. All right.
From my understanding, which is doable.
Okay.
They're just running out of time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they're done, and I haven't looked to see if there's any more updates. I'll get on that webpage and
That's all good.
backdoor through it and see what we can find at some other time. But I just want to just like throw this out here, and all this is sourced and verifiable, and you can look it up yourself, and you'll find it on our pages. But $144 million funneled through self-dealing management structures into 4 vendors assigned to exact states where we've already found and discussed anomalies using an app that needed satellite internet and continuous GPS tracking to knock on doors, built by a company that is now formally sanctioned for breaking contest laws in one of those states, funding a giveaway program, and a federal judge has now ordered the founder to answer questions under oath. This is no longer speculation. This is public record. It is all there. So...
And horribly done, I must say.
The whole thing has been so far. That's the
paper
thing that
trail
pisses
is
me
just
off.
enormous.
This
They're not,
paper trail
just because
looks
they have money doesn't
just-
make them smart. Let's put it that way.
It looks just like this behind me here.
Right.
It's plain as day.
But it's more of a grid because they didn't even try to hide it.
No, they left the string up is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They handed
Yeah.
that over.
Here you go. You're never gonna figure it out. Yeah, well, we figured it out. God.
Yeah. So,
But this
Documented-
is what hubris will get you.
yeah.
Too. Like,
documented throughout the 2024 spending cycle, 277 million up to it's like 291 million across the full cycle is what Muskrat's own personal funding was put in. So, I mean, on the fact that he almost, so we're saying $300 million, the fact that he already said that if so-and-so didn't win, he was going to be in prison, and all the other things, like, they pretty much honeypotted him too. Why not? You have no
Well,
choice.
I feel like
But
at
they
this point, it's literally like we caught him in every other way, but just like literally not on camera being like, I'm signing this now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, just to kind of give you numbers, like I said, numbers will be up on our pages. You can look them up. You can do whatever you want with it. You can take this information and flush it out on Twitter if all you want. All I want to do is just bring awareness to all the things that we have found. And I am not a professional investigator by any stretch of the imagination. This is all just government documents that you can find and look into all this stuff on your own and just draw lines from A to B, however you feel like you need to. But as we all know and feel, something just ain't right. And for the sake of everything, I don't care. And I know you have said this yourself. who you cast your tally to.
Yep.
I just want to make sure that it's free and fair the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be a government for the people, by the people, and we can't if we don't count.
Right. Yeah. That's the big thing, is that I don't think people realize, like, just because right now, if you happen to line up on the right side of things, like the red team, that's just for now. At some point, it may be 20 years from now, but shit is going to fall apart, as it always does. You know, think of Scar when he took over and the hyenas, like, you know, took him out within a certain amount of time. That will happen again. And it's not necessarily... in other words, the shoe will be on the other foot. Just know that there will be big time consequences at that point. But, you know, just because, you know, to me, it's just, it doesn't mean anything other than just, these people should not be deciding this. Like, this shouldn't be something this should be decided by the people. Shouldn't be decided by which dickbag has the biggest pockets, basically. That's
Absolutely.
kind of how it is. I mean, it's just, it's insane too with the Sauron, or the Eye of Sauron, and all of the infrastructure that they're looking to build. It's getting a little frightening with that, and that's where it's like, I think something like this will just be easier and easier for them to do, considering they did this, albeit poorly, if two people that do not work in any kind of way, shape, or form in computers stuff found this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I like to pretend that I'm a little bit more...
Yeah, you're definitely more than me, for sure. A little bit more advanced with the computer stuff.
A little more than the average person, but not enough to be, you know, a professional by any stretch of the imagination. We just found what we found, and I don't know. If you were a professional, you would be able to find so much more and so many more things that I don't even know how to like word this cleanly. But it's like you could. They left plenty of breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm. They really did. I mean, they did not try to hide this at all. Which, to me, just shows the hubris. Like, they literally just were like, we got this in the bag. I don't know. I think I think 2020 was almost like I don't know. It makes me wonder about that, because I'm wondering why he's so butthurt about losing, because I don't know that it would have helped him I think it's helped him that he did lose, because then you got enough people believing this bullshit that, you know what I mean? Whereas before, I don't know that they would have believed it. Like, in other words, like, MAGA aligned in 2020. Had he won, he wouldn't have the same pull with that argument anymore. You almost needed January 6th to make 2024 happen.
Yeah. See, here, I was thinking more like he was kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So, like, it didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, he was also in that, too, but I don't know that really mattered to him as much as we think. I think if anything, fuck, Josh texted me before. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
The Eero must have shown that I turned my iPhone on. I hate that thing.
You're good.
It's like, thanks for tattling on me, you piece of shit. Because I just turned my iPhone on and he's like, did you add something to the Wi-Fi? Yeah, my own phone. Like, I don't know. I was just charging it because I thought I was going to need it tonight. But yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I think the main theme. Sorry, I was on a tangent now. I can't remember what I was talking about. But the thing is that just because you're rich doesn't make you smart at all. Because these two chuckle fucks didn't. They had no, you know what I mean? Like, it was very clear cut what they did, is what I'm saying.
There. Can you still see me? Yeah, no, it was clear cut, and I think that like I said, I think it was just really honestly doesn't matter at this point. He could have, you know, he could have set it up so that it didn't matter. If he was on, if he lost, great. If he won, great. So I mean, either way, he kind of won. But I also think it worked out in his favor that he didn't, because, as I've said, everyone keeps, you know, and not that I'm standing up for her because I firmly believe it with all my heart and soul. But if she did, okay, so like if he did, everything happened like it did, and he was already pronounced the winner, there's no way that she could have ever walked that back. Like, we saw how crazy people were when they didn't say that he won.
Right.
So, kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like not auditing, not asking questions that didn't do, even if, because at that point, even if you're asking the question just to find out, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that you didn't, I think, to me was so much more damaging to the blue team in the long run. Even if
I guess
they knew that it wasn't going to amount to anything, they still should have made the effort. I think they lost a lot more people than they realized by not doing anything.
I don't know, again, I'm not a professional and I don't know what the rules are for this stuff, so it could have been, but I don't know as if they didn't investigate. Like, we know that she was gone she was in Hawaii?
Right, but if we found it,
which means they could have, but they had to kind of like I said before with the capitulation thing. Like, I'm not dead convinced that they didn't do stuff and things were supposed to fall into order a different way, and that's why she's so mad about the capitulation, because
it could be. I mean, I can see that too, because it did feel very much like there was Easter eggs and that they were laughing at him because they thought that something else was going to happen and it didn't.
Yeah, and so just the other people that he was able to bribe in the meantime kind of won, and there was nothing at that point she could have done because that's not what was supposed to happen.
Right. Yeah, that could be. I mean, that's what I kind of hope happened, because I'm really hoping that, and she doesn't strike me as the type that would have just walked, and I think that was what was so jarring about that, was that you're expecting, like, her to be, you know, doing, or to be playing 4D chess, because she's smart enough to play 4D chess. And I guess the sad thing is that we won't really know if they were playing 4D chess, because bottom line is that, you know, it didn't work out for whatever reason, whatever part didn't flow the way it was supposed to, or somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do, or whatever. But that's the part that makes me more mad, is that we won't know for 20 plus years what actually happened. Like, we're doing the string board, and we're doing this with the map, and we're just trying to get the information out there, even though every week now we have technical difficulties that are new and exciting every time.
Every time. What the hell?
I know. It's almost like they're trying to, like, make sure we don't get the information out there.
Oh yeah, they don't want anybody to know. But I don't know whose team doesn't want at this point, especially with the way Ken Martin, I couldn't think of his name to save my soul, but the way he released that shit. and all the other problems we had with that information. It almost felt a little bit like there was more there, but they weren't going to say it out loud.
Hold on, I got the text.
And I say that could be very wrong, but I mean, or he couldn't, or
Yeah. I just think sorry. I just can't type.
Okay.
I hate typing on my phone anymore because I can't hardly ever, like, I end up like retyping the same thing like 7 times because it's like I hit the wrong spot. I need a physical keyboard because I'm a millennial and that's what I grew up with. Okay, but anyway,
I'm not judging you.
I just hate. That's why I hate texting in the group chat. I'd rather just speak it because at least then you know my inflection, and also that way I'm not having to retype the same sentence 16 times because my finger keeps slipping on the letter N or whatever. That always gets me. I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like I think the biggest disappointment and the thing that does truly worry me is that what happened after he was sworn in is going to prevent us from being able to actually stop this from occurring, because now they've had access to the really sensitive shit that's going to make it so that there's no way for us to be able to, people don't even know it's happening, and all of a sudden I'm sure the blue team will never win another contest until, I don't know, the red team falls off the rails. I don't know. But that's the scary part.
You're not wrong. I see all those same fears, like it's scary to think about. It could be the last. It's scary to think about what else could possibly, I don't want to say that out loud, but go wrong kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like there's just so much.
Yeah. Yes, there is. It's a lot.
It's like impending doom. I mean, I don't know how else to word it.
Right. No, I agree. It's a lot. Like I feel like there's times that it's like, I just wish more people understood and knew and cared. I think that's the biggest thing. I'm just finding that so many people just don't care, and they're just like, oh, well, it's already decided anyway. And I'm like, it should have never been. The fact that apathy part is getting old, because to me it's like, how can you not care about something that directly affects you? But then I remember most people don't have to deal with shit that people in certain communities have to deal with, that that they don't have to think like that. They don't have to think about their own safety, and it's that part's a little hard to swallow after a while. But I do fundamentally think that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who the fuck you vote for, because if this continues to be allowed the next time, and so on and so forth, until death do us part, there will be no choice. It will be decided for you, and there's really not much more that we can do. And I'm just afraid that that ship has sailed, and that we got painted as crazy, and really we were right the whole time. And now the ship has sailed, and we're collectively fucked. That's my fear, but
I understand that fear. I just can't live in a place where we live that way. I guess is the only way.
I don't live there a lot. It's just occasionally I'm like, oh,
I do have my moments that this is all for naught. What are we doing? Doom. But I have to get out of it as much as possible. You know,
I don't hang out there for long. It's just more like, I think if we are unsuccessful, it's going to make me very upset. But, I mean, I think that's because we've put ourselves out there. We put ourselves on the line. We're trying to explain to people that this is, in fact, what is happening. And it's really hard when people don't really give a flying fuck and they have everything to lose. And they don't even know it.
Yeah. I think that it's also a little hard, too, when there are, and I hate to say it because I know it's going to be all over the place, but there are a lot of people who want to hold on to the fame of finding things and doing things instead of working together collaboratively to make it better.
Yes. Yeah, at this point, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
Yeah, like, I could be horribly wrong on all the things, but if there's, like, one thing that I said that triggered a thought that made it so that something happens later on, do it. I don't care. Like, take it, run with it, make it yours. I don't care. Like, we need to get to the bottom of it. It needs to be safe. However that may be.
Yep. Yeah, and I don't think that's why it's like, right now, things had been going for Team Red, but at the same time, Team Red is kind of getting everything that they've asked for, and things are not getting better. So I think eventually people that line up on Team Red are going to be like, I'm good. And they're going to maybe look and see what's on the other side of the playing field. But at that point, it's going to be too late because Team Red's going to say, yeah, but we decide that now. That's, it's one of those where it's like, I wish more red-hatted friends, people, knew that that's a real possibility and that there will, we may not be able to continue to vote our way out, which is fucking scary and is fucking sad and is a whole problem. And the one thing that I have found is that people, when I'm in situations socially and stuff, because I live in a very conservative area, especially a very conservative part of Ohio even, one of the biggest things is that people can kind of like get around the fact that it should be the people that decide that. It should never be anybody else. It should not be, it should be, our votes should be counted as they are given. It shouldn't, it shouldn't be, there shouldn't be this convoluted system in which you could hide things and places and algorithms and spots, and it's that part gets hard, knowing that is one of the ways that they're doing this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's very defeating. That and you're right. It should just be as simple as what it's supposed to be. You go in on the day of and you do your thing and you cast your thing and you do your thing and you're done. Like, we shouldn't have to worry about the 100 other million things that are background related to.
I mean, I'm also hoping that your initial hypothesis about Merica PAC and the data that they were receiving was incorrect, but I fear it's not. That there's a certain app that has a certain letter, and if you were to keep that on your phone, that you may be not the safest, and it could also be in certain ways surveilling whoever's around you as well. I mean, it's not a far stretch. I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying it could. Pretty much whatever's possible now, but.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and not necessarily that it wasn't good, but it may not have been complete. You know what I mean? Like, not enough information, not enough data to say that it was the perfect way to go about it. But it also had its other perks, I guess, for lack of a better word. Not perks for us, but perks for them, in that they were able to, just the misinformation campaign.
Yeah, the Cambridge Analytica stuff.
Yeah, which Ashley talks about too, and I think she called it like it made Cambridge Analytica look like a like an amateur.
Oh, like
time.
amateur hour? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. Just because, yeah, that's kind of how they roll with that. I mean, Zuckerberg got in trouble for that.
Yeah. Zuckerberg continuously gets in trouble for that.
Yeah. I think that's partly why Facebook, he's just like, fuck it. Because he doesn't have any more choices, really.
He kind of did shit the bed. I mean, like, how many times can you fuck around that way, I guess, for lack of better words, you know?
Yeah. You keep making the same mistake, you're going to get caught. Ooh, sorry. Eventually, you're going to get caught. Eventually, now you own that. Like, in other words, like, Cambridge Analytica is now synonymous with Zuckerberg. Where, you know, Space Karen, it's any number of the other side hustles that Space Karen has. And by, you know, that he allegedly runs, but let's be for fucking real. The only one that he cares about, clearly, is Tesla.
SpaceX.
Yeah. Well, yeah, SpaceX.
Yeah, it's just all.
Is bringing him in the money, honey. You know.
Yeah.
Now that it's an IPO, I don't know. Between that and just watching that, not that I'm not into any of usually the pop stuff, but against my will, I was forced to watch the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce stuff. Because you can't get away from the shit. So,
no.
Yeah, between that and then just whatever the fuck Elon's doing now, I'm like, oh, God, I don't care. I don't care. But, you know, it's just, that's what our culture cares about, apparently.
Yeah. And I don't really have any. I find it really hard to have problems with Taylor because, one, I don't care.
Oh, yeah. I don't really care either.
I don't give a shit
wedding.
less.
Yeah.
No, not even the wedding, just like all of that. Like, my wife's a fan of her music, so okay, whatever, let it be. But there's a lot of, like, when everyone went like crazy about how she was like now a trad wife or whatever they were trying to say and all that other stuff, like that kind of made me a little like, she was always outspoken before, like what made it change so quick? Mm-hmm. And my thought was always just that she was scared of the repercussions.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
And that's why she doesn't say anything. And people are like, well, no, it's because of this. And I was like, I don't really think she's a supremacist from all the other stuff she's done every other day before today. No, Travis is a big doof. You ever listen to him and his brother chat? I'm like, I'm not a big...
His brother seems to be halfway intelligent.
He is. I feel like Jason would kick his ass. That's why I'm not so scared. But Travis is obviously not. I mean, his girlfriend before Taylor Swift was not minimally melanated. So I feel like he's an equal opportunity, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like they just, like, people ran with her and this idea. And I could be all wrong with it. I don't see it.
I know that there was a swastika adjacent necklace, and that could have just been an oversight, but I don't know. It was like the showgirl necklaces, but they were really bolts, and I was like, that's you got to know that. It's kind of like the guy that it's kind of like Plattner. Oh, we could segue into that. Plattner.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
But I think it was harder for me to believe with her because one of her songs was literally about like lightning bolts and stuff.
Okay, so you just think that she didn't even really put it together with what?
I don't think she's necessarily as in charge of her everything that happens, every creative design detail.
Yeah, that I could see that. No, that's fair.
And they weren't exactly the same. So it was like they're just different enough, but not. And it's that fine line anymore. Like you associate with lightning bolts with one of two things. That and Harry Potter. And it's got to be different enough that it's not both.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. I just could see. I don't know. I just sometimes I think that we jump on the bandwagon really hard. But like, if she is absolutely take it down. You know, cancel her, all that other stuff. It's just a really hard leap for her to say like I voted for Harris and then all of a sudden have all that.
I do feel like it is too, but I honestly, like I said, anything I know about her has been against my will. I don't listen to her music. I don't know shit about the woman. I just know she's dated and is now married to Travis Kelce. That's really it. Travis doesn't strike me as like a conservative dude. He just strikes me as like, yeah, whatever, man. That kind of guy. And yeah, I don't know. I was at work and I was forced to watch that because no matter what channel I put on, it had something about Travis and Taylor on because they have like super limited cable at work now. So I'm like, really? You guys got like 6 channels? Nice. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, it was weird because it's like, I feel like it's either everybody's talking about that or they're talking about, you know, just the 4th of July. And some of that stuff has been kind of cool to see. But, you know, we can just use Taylor as a segue because that I'm epically disappointed in Graham Plattner. That is something like twofold because, okay, first off, people, if you are young and dumb or just in general, check what the fuck you're going to get tattooed on you. Please check, research it. It's a big fucking choice, okay? Make sure that there's nothing that could even be remotely associated with any kind of hatred. And yeah, you want to look into that before you permanently mark your body. I don't have any tattoos, but if I ever get one, I will definitely research the shit out of it. I can tell you that.
or
I just won't have one.
I can't get my sleeve up. I have cartoon dinosaurs.
Oh, perfect. See? Yeah.
Like
nothing. No. And I would have like Hello Kitty or something because that's my kid's favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got cartoon dinosaurs. And the only other like the ones I've planned out is, like I said before, we talked about we call my dad Sasquatch, so I'm getting a Sasquatch. And then my grandma, from her memory, she always used to say, see you around like a rolling donut. So I was just going to get a donut and make it look like it's rolling.
Oh. Yeah, like I have a card that I want to get. It's in my grandma's handwriting. And I want to get it tattooed like, you know, love Grandma Marie on my wrist. But at some point I will. It's honestly just like, I just haven't had, maybe once I have more time at home. Well, actually, now I won't. Fuck. I don't know. Maybe once I have a kid in school all day or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But
it's hard too because it's not cheap.
No, that's why I don't have any. Like that's really why I've never had money to disposable income for stuff like that.
Yeah, the ones that I mean, I had some from when I was younger and more stupid, but like the dinosaur ones happen when they do those. I don't know if they do them there, but here they do with the Humane Society or one of those places. They do it's basically like $50, and then they do just like little ones, and like 25 goes to the Humane Society, and then 25 goes to the artist, and then you tip them.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's like you haven't been able to spend 20 or $50 on a tattoo in ever. So, you might as well. But it's been just a little fun thing that we do.
Yeah.
My wife has she's got so many. I say not that I don't have quite a few, but she got a little book because she is a reader. And then we had a friend that passed away, and this what started the whole thing, and this is a whole sidebar, but it's just fun. we had a friend that passed away. Her name was Sarah, and she had a what the hell's it called? A sea turtle on her foot.
Okay. Yeah.
And so when we saw that they were doing that thing at the Humane Society, we were like, oh, we'll do that. And so I went and looked at the little, because they give you like a book of things to choose from, like basically like Flash. And they had sea turtles, but they were not, like, I wanted to get like the sea turtle from like Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah, Swish. Yeah, or Squirt.
Yeah.
Squirt.
Or Squirt or Crush. Like the little ones, Crush. Yeah.
Yeah, Squirt's the baby. Yes.
Yeah. So like the, something like that. So it was like still a sea turtle, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, it was cartoonish, but yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's like they're just ultra feminine usually when you get
Oh, I can
just
see
the like
that.
the little
Yeah.
Flash ones. So I was like, no, but I was like, her name's Sarah, so I got to try Ceratops.
Aw, that's
So I was like, oh, so we're just gonna keep that up. So that worked out, and then they just kind of keep going from there.
yeah.
But
No, I never did that when I was younger. I don't know. My parents never had tattoos. My brother doesn't, as far as I know, doesn't have any. I don't know. It's one of those where it's on the bucket list of things to do, but
yeah,
just
well,
hasn't
I guess
materialized.
go back to like where this was easier and a lot more. Like I have more, but like we had a friend that worked. She was a piercer, so like 90% of the things that I got pierced I got pierced for like $5. I just had to pay for like the needle fee. So whenever she trained someone else, I was just like the pin cushion because I have like a really high pain tolerance and I don't have a lot of cartilage, which coming from like that's a full sign of Ehlers-Danlos and stuff that I
It's
never
like,
even
that's
knew about back then.
Probably not good, but okay.
But like, so like I used to like tuck my ear in when I was a kid and just hold it there and stuff. So like she did all the piercings and stuff for like super cheap, but she also was learning how to do tattoos. So we got tattoos done for super cheap back in the day because it was still training. So like the ones that we have that were done by her, not that they're not great as far as like art goes, she's very heavy handed still. So like you can still feel, I mean like the one I have on my chest is like 20 years old or something like that, and you can still feel like the line work.
Oh wow.
She's very heavy-handed.
Yeah.
But we took a full advantage of having that resource,
Yeah,
back
that's
in the
cool.
day.
Yeah.
And that just, kind of just go from there. But I think I was the first one in my family. My younger brother has one on his arm. He keeps talking about getting a boot, so like the sleeve, but the leg. And he's always been like a huge fan of Batman, and he told me one day he was gonna get a Batman boot, and I was like, what? And I literally, I don't know if I was just tired or whatever, but I was literally convinced he was just gonna like make his leg look like he was wearing a Batman's boot, like just black. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's so dumb. But no, he wanted to do like a whole thing and whatever, but he hasn't got that far yet either. I think he still only has the one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that, I don't know. Maybe at some point, but I think it's like,
I say like
looking
it's-
at like,
they're expensive.
yeah.
They're expensive, and unless you're like what you want to do, you don't do it. Don't. Especially if you're gonna make a decision like that, And I'm not saying
mean-
like that's what he did. Is he just went in somewhere and picked some flash that he thought looked cool off a wall and got it on him? That's what he said he did. Whether he did like the research and stuff, I don't know. Like I don't. And again, that wasn't in America, so I don't. I would assume in our country before 2016, you walk into a tattoo place and you look at Flash, none of it's going to be overtly racist shit.
No.
Nowadays is a different conversation. I worry about that a lot more. Not so worried about like for the stuff that I'm looking at and stuff that I do necessarily, or like my wife or whatever. But if it was like a skull or something, I would look into it more because I know those have more meaning behind them and stuff. But I just don't know. Like I know a lot of people are like, he should have known better. But honestly, we're stupid. And white privilege, honestly. Like there's so much stuff, and I hate to use it as like an excuse in this instance, but there's so many things that like I find out after 20 years old that are comments or things that have been in my life or that people have said things have gone on that are racist that I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Well,
it
yeah,
wasn't
like the
brought up that way to
origins-
us.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the origins of like I didn't know, and I have. There's been times that I've said it, and I've been like, oh crap, I forgot, but I didn't want to redo the whatever video I was making. But apparently nitty gritty, not a good thing to say. So if you're like, here's the nitty gritty, yeah, I won't say that one anymore. But yeah, there's so many of them, and like I get that, but again, like if you're gonna mark, you know what I mean, like that's part of like you gotta look into that shit.
Yeah, but again, like if he was drunk and 20 and in the
Yeah,
military, like I don't
I
really know.
know.
I mean, I watched people because we used
Or
to hang
get it-
out at
get it
the
covered
place.
up in the
Yeah,
10,
and I
20
would've-
years that you had
yeah.
to research it. So
Yeah, I would have been definitely before I was 40 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
But not to say that like I would never get anything overtly intentionally racist put on me either.
no, but like it was a shock to me. Like the other day when I was taking care of somebody and they had the bolts, I was like, whoa, oh my god.
Well, and I guess that's kind of like what I guess I mean, like we saw American History X, right? Like those were the ones that are overtly, obviously,
these
racist
were
to me.
swastika. I mean,
Right, like that's what I
SS,
mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like and that's what in my head is overtly racist and things like that. Like obvious as hell that's what it means and what it stands for.
Mm-hmm.
A skull, not necessarily. And again, that's my own ignorance. I wouldn't put it on my body. I wouldn't buy a sweatshirt with it or something. You know what I mean? But like,
Right. Yeah. Well, and some
but-
of that could just be where I'm from. Like we're a little hyper aware of that.
right.
Yeah. 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 That very well could be why I know some of that. Probably a little bit more than the average bear because people are like, yeah, no, we don't even want the thought that maybe you could be associated with that bunch from the 1930s in Germany, but yeah.
Oh yeah. That's no. I would never want that either. But I would never go looking for those specific things to hang up and do
No.
things around my house
No,
either.
but I feel like that was taught to like me a little bit more, even in family settings, even because of that, because of where I'm from.
Right. Well, I just used like the whole. Do you remember when the kids walked around and did the thing where they did this and they were like made you like and they tried to get you to look at it and then they slapped. It was like 2 for flinching or whatever. My kids did that for a super long time because that was like the age group. They were like 9 or something like that, and that's just when they try to get you to look and they send you memes with a picture in it or whatever. And then like 2 months later, I found out it's like super related to like white supremacists, and I'm like,
yeah, because of the. Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, no, like we're not gonna play that game anymore. Like I'd rather you flick me off now, and get me to look at like your middle finger. I'm fine with it, but like at the time, hanging out with them, doing the stuff like that because I don't run in that circle.
Yeah, no, I could see that. Like that one did throw me as well because I wouldn't have associated that. But it's not that I so much run in that circle.
No, I just meant like.
No, I know. But it's part of my family's history and my area's history, so we have to be careful.
Right. No, I just mean like certain things in general, and I'm not like necessarily like white and black racism kind of thing too, but like they're just like how many years of our life we say like that person gypped me off, and you can't say that because it's associated with like gypsy tribes and things like that, and like that was never a thing that was taught to us until recently, and now we're like, okay, we don't say that anymore. But it's the same idea, like playing what is a seemingly innocent game with my kid, and then now all of a sudden it's not.
Well, I mean, Pokemon Go, I feel like was a giant one of those.
I mean, we played Pokemon Go up until not that long ago. I'm gonna be real honest about it, but not because
I never
of
played it. I'm kind of glad I never did, just because I didn't know it was doing that. But god dang it, it's built the biggest AI map. I'm like, great.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that. Like, I mean, in the last, I mean, say like year or so or whatever, when they brought it up and whatnot. But that's not how that was like necessarily advertised.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I
not.
mean? Like, so like
Yeah.
there's very, because they said they'd use that information for the other worlds in their other games, and so like that's what we all just kind of
Yeah.
blind. It sounds so stupid to say that it's just such an ignorant thing to think that maybe some people are really honestly just doing what they say they're doing. Like, we're making
Oh,
the
no,
map
yeah,
for the
yeah.
game because
Yeah.
we're a gaming company, and what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate this idea, because they did it with Harry Potter. The whatever company, I can't think of it, whatever, had a Harry Potter game that was very similar to Pokemon Go, where you'd go and you'd do things, and like you'd have to like stop, or like find things that's the same as spinning the stops. So like they were incorporating the maps that were already established in Pokemon Go with the other games. So like that's what I assumed. Did I ever
Right.
think they were gonna like come back with this whole like 3D map printed of the U.S. and be like, we're gonna just do whatever? No, because that's not where the
Oh no. I know. It's just that's what's so fucked up anymore. Is it's like you do actually have to do the research because nobody's going to be forthcoming with the details. You know what I mean? Like I. Think
well, it's like
that's just-
that's the case. Like we should just really just hide in our houses because it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. If you're gonna,
I mean,
mark
I get it.
yourself, just saying.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Stick with cartoon dinosaurs. Stay.
that's
There you go.
Yes.
Moral of the story.
if you're gonna go get Flash, make sure it's as innocent as
Yes.
possible.
Yeah. Or like there's people that I know that have them that have various tattoos, but they're like cartoonish, or they're like that's cool. Like there's nothing. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it's just one of those where I'm just like, even if in the 20 years afterwards you had to have come across some imagery or watched a documentary or something or looked it up. Like if I got a tattoo and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this or if this could be construed, I would, even if I had the tattoo on me, would look it up and see if there's something that I need to be concerned to know about. You know what I mean? But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like I also, like I said, don't have any tattoos. I have a shit ton of scars, but I don't have tattoos.
Yeah, I think that I just like mentally, I would just, and it feels like such a long stretch too, because I'm not thinking that anywhere in the near future or past, and knock on wood, before I have to cover up a bunch of dinosaurs, but like that's going to ever be used as a symbol of something like that.
No.
But like I guess that's why it's like you go for something that you kind of already have an attachment to, and you can kind of do some, like just be in the know.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that anyone's ever going to say is like either I'm a toddler, I'm autistic with dinosaurs, or like I was a paleontologist or some shit. Like,
Right.
I want to be Ross Geller when I grow. I don't care, but like
I
that's
would
like
have
the
gone with
worst thing.
Bandit if I were you, but sure, Ross Geller.
Oh no, I never been that problematic. But like,
no, Bandit from Bluey.
no,
Bluey.
when you said Ross Geller,
No,
but
no.
no, like, but whatever. Just get things that what their origins are and stuff.
Yeah.
Just make a decision. And if you're gonna go in on a whim, like,
Somebody's
there's
asking to join. Should we let them?
sure, I don't know who it is.
It's request canceled. Okay, I hit okay. I'm sorry. If you want to come back up, come on. Just hit me up again. Sorry about that. I don't know why it wouldn't let it.
It didn't even show on mine, so it must just be yours because you're the host.
I guess. Probably. I don't know. Sorry. Every now and again, I don't know why it is that whenever I go into a live on the computer, I can't see the request at all. But if I'm hosting, I can see the request.
That's weird.
I know. That's why I get so. That's why I'm like, "Ugh." It's because you're like, I sent you a request. I'm like, I'm sure you did, but nothing is happening. Like literally, the screen it won't change at all. Like nothing, no notification, no nothing. It's crazy, but I see it when I'm hosting. I don't know, but no. I mean, to me, it's just if you're gonna mark, I don't know, if you're gonna have a tattoo, and especially if it's something that is a skull, just make sure, even if you already have it on you, because you can always get him covered up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, back to our initial point
But
of
the
all
whole
of this to
assault
talk
thing.
about it. Yeah, like, so the tattoo, and I guess, I think, and then some other people said one way or another, it could have been a stupid mistake, but definitely should have been more of a deep dive on the guy. You know what I mean? Like, there should have been, like, that's a lot of red flags. Like, let's just maybe look into something maybe different, something else, someone else, you know?
Yeah.
But also, if you're a problematic person, like, I mean, we can even narrow it down more. Like, maybe if you're a straight white dude, you shouldn't be running for office anymore. Like, let the marginalized groups take over for a while. We're clearly not doing a good job. It's just pathetic. Like, but you know, Swalwell dropped out. He did when he was caught, and not that he did the right thing. He did the wrong thing. Was caught and stepped down. Graham did the same. It looks like that's where it's headed because Mom Donnie spoke out against him, and so did Bernie today. So it's fairly certain that that's going to be what happens.
I think it's just disappointing that this is also, and it goes to show you, it doesn't mean that one side's better than the other with this. They're both just shitty when it comes to this exact issue, and it needs to change. It's time. It's been time. If you have any skeletons in your closet like this, I don't think you should be running for office, period. We'll find them every time, and it makes people really fucking mad.
Right. And it makes me, like, we talked about this a little bit in, like, the group chat earlier today. Like, I don't care if you have a drug past. It depends on the drug, maybe, I should say. But, like,
yeah,
you know, or where you're huffing it off of, public toilet seats or whatever is probably not a good option. But, you know, like, if you smoke, I don't give a shit if you smoke pot, you know, like, people experiment in your 20s. The person you are in your 20s is the same person you are, you know, in your adulthood either, but also, but not at the extent of SAing people. Like, that's not a line that we cross and we make excuses for.
No, never. No, it's disappointing because it's just another dude that's done the same thing that so many other men have done. And it's sad. And I think I'm kind of not surprised as well. I mean, not that anything that Plattner had said. I honest to God, I didn't really follow the guy that closely because I kind of just assumed that was a done deal. My bad. I probably should have, but I mean, then again, you don't know until stuff like this happens, and then you're like, oh. But it's just, it's like I feel like there was just. I feel like it's been a lot of that, and I feel like it's just not just not appropriate, and it's not okay, and you know, I just think that I don't know. I think we need to start believing victims. There's just this makes the blue team no better than the red team when it comes to this, and it's just I'm thoroughly pissed off that this is happening still, and we're fighting the same shit.
Yeah. And I guess the part that makes me, I'm trying to make sure I word this the right way because I don't want it to sound the wrong way, but like, I'm not happy that he did it. I'm not okay that he did it. I'm praise the woman who came forward and said this happened, and I hope that she recovers in any way she possibly can, and send my deepest sympathies to her. I'm sorry that you would have to see him, and you have had to see him, his face plastered all over your TV and social medias and stuff for so long, everything like that.
That's got to be very traumatic too for that person.
It does. And I'm not downplaying any of that, but I'm pissed off that this happened to the Democratic Socialist group because, one, I would like to think that we would vet people better, and two, it's just more ammunition back from the other team now. or even the establishments. And I'm not saying, and we should just really honestly go back to it, that, and I'm not saying that all women are innocent. That is proven true with Ghislaine, okay? But statistically, there are more innocent women than there are innocent men, and maybe we should stop letting them tout their power over whatever.
Right.
Maybe. I'm just tired of.
SOS.
Yeah, it's like, when are we gonna learn? When are we gonna learn our lesson? Like I said, there are so many marginalized groups out there that literally have more of a reason to fight because they've been put down and have to jump through the obstacles and have had to do all the things that they need to be the next platformed people up. And I'm not saying it can't be men, cis men, straight men. Maybe just not
No.
white. Maybe just not
I mean,
us.
I'm gonna say, and I don't like to speak in generalities like this, but I do feel this when it comes to intersex and or trans men. So anybody that has the XX karyotype, and do I have an actual scientific explanation for this? No. But you also cannot tell me that the intuition, the maternal instinct, that is universal across those communities as well. In other words, like, those dads, or however they choose to identify, are locked in as if that maternal instinct is still there. It is. It is so fundamental that anybody, that's where, to me, it comes down to, like, something is, because I have yet to meet anybody in that population that does not have that maternal vibe. And it's not a demasculinizing thing. It's literally just a layer of safety that is there. And I feel like we know that. Like, it's an intuitive thing. You know, like, there was a trans guy that had posted about how when he hears a kid, if he's like there's a park or something and somebody yells for help, it's like that maternal override that women experience just locks in, and they're just like, boom, you know what I mean? And I feel like that is definitely there for populations, you know, LGBT populations that possess a XX karyotype. you cannot turn it off. Like, it's evolutionary, you know?
Right. I do think that there is something to be said about that as well, but I also think that there is also something to be said about, let's say, even until you're 5, you or pick an age, but even until you're, like, let's say 5 years old, and then you tell your parents, you know, like, you were a little girl and now you tell them, like, I'm not a little girl, I'm a little boy, and they even say at 5 they start saying to, you know, everything they can. Between 1 and 5, you still were kind of societally brought up with the expectation of that in that realm. I just think that there's so much more to be seen from one to the other, but also just knowing that you can know it, you can feel it, you can everything, and you can go your whole life, but there's still always going to be that second level of alertness. And so, like, what you refer to as, like, motherly intuition or womanly instinct, it could really just be.
I think it's like a maternal instinct more than a womanly instinct. Like, it's almost like you know how you're talking about the, like, matriarchy. It's kind of more of a locked into that more than it is.
Well, and I don't even. And I guess that's maybe it could just even be not even just. I'm gonna say this in, like, the right way, because I know that there are black men that have it too, that straight black men, and I just think it's the and not saying that there's not a womanly or maternal instinct, anything like that, but there's something to be said that opening that bracket just a little bit and saying that it's a marginalized group.
Oh, it could be
instinct.
It very well could be. Yeah.
It could be neurodivergent. It could be any of those other things too. But just in that, you have a heightened sense of alertness because you're not the top of the food chain.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, if you were to put men in a room, and it was trans men and cis men, and without any idea who is who, I feel like you could almost just tell just from the vibes. Sometimes, there's a layer of safety that is there that you feel with certain populations that you don't feel with others, and it very well could be, with black men there is certain parameters that you have a different vibe with them than you do with white guys, because white guys are usually kind of dumb because they're just privileged. They don't have to worry about that shit.
There's a lot of privilege, and that just comes from everything just kind of being stacked from birth to go about how this is how your world's gonna be. And I mean, we can't argue with it. It's just true the way it is. Some people recognize it and do better, and some people recognize it and ignore it, and some people don't recognize it at all. It doesn't mean it's not true. But I think you're right. I think there is a level of immediate safety because I don't know if it's like there's no threat. And that's the one thing that kills me the most about the trans bathroom bans and things like that. I'm like, if you're talking about a dude, and I'm not saying that there hasn't ever been one in the history of the world, but let's be honest, the number has got to be low. But if you are, but that's not the same thing as orientation or gender identity. That's having a different psychological disorder of being a rapist, murderer, sociopath, whatever. But there's a level of safety because I want to say they don't want to draw attention to themselves,
Right.
So there's a blending, but also it's I catch myself doing it too, and I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I also it's really weird. So if you're in the grocery store or whatever, and I'm around a bunch of people, most of the time I'm in my own zone. I don't want to be bothered. I got earbuds in. I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook or whatever, trying to ignore everybody's shit. But if there's someone, if I'm standing in the way, I move out of the way. I'm polite to everybody. If there's somebody who needs, not that I'm tall, but if I can reach something for them or grab something for them, I'm just very much intentionally, I'm not the bad guy as much as I may look like it or whatever.
No, I get this too.
It's just that it's that level of
do it to me too. Yeah.
It's that level of I'm safe, and I want to let everyone know that I'm safe, but also I see you. So if I'm walking on an aisle and there are, if there's especially right now with some other things that are going on or whatever, but after 9/11 and there was a Muslim family or something like that, I would nod and be hey, how are you doing? And I wouldn't have to start a conversation, but just I see you as a human, and then I move on. People don't want to talk to people they don't know in grocery stores and stuff, so I wasn't trying, but I was just hey, I see you, hope you're good, non-threatening, not whatever. But that's just and I was just that level of knowing that and just acknowledging that, I think it just changed. Just having that mentality, I guess, is just kind of changes that whole thing. So you walk into a room, into a bunch of people, and if you see, like you said, trans guys, trans women, intersex people, and a bunch of straight people, straight white dudes in the room or whatever together, the people who are going to look up and look at the people who are around them and make eye contact and acknowledge are the people who also feel they want to make sure everyone knows that they're safe.
Yep.
I think it's more about, I think that is a giant umbrella than it is one specific thing. Maybe, I don't know. Just a thought,
and
theory.
I feel people can pick up on with me when I have my kid with me too. That's when I'll get asked to pick up heavy items and put them in people's cars and shit, which is only getting worse because as my body changes, it's people are hey you, hey sir, I'm getting that more now, which is it's an adjustment. I'm oh, okay, so to you I okay, all right, oh whatever. I mean, I just try to keep it open-ended, you know what I mean? So, but I have noticed, like, hey, can you pick this, like, especially little old ladies love me. And they're like, can you pick this up for me, you know? Hey, young man, you know, and I'm just like, oh, me, oh, okay. Like, who are you talking to? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's happening more and more frequently, to the point where now my kid will get annoyed. She's just like, again, mommy. Like, yeah, again.
Yeah.
So, but
I know,
mean,
I get
it's
it all
kinda
the
part
time.
of it.
I
But
get it all the
think
time too.
That's why the kids and the animals feel safe with you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level of like safety and acknowledgement in the whole atmosphere. I mean, I don't know, like just it's and maybe it's because it's my intention to come across as non-threatening, so I don't. Maybe I don't know. Like it's just.
I don't know. But I've noticed trend with certain groups of that certain people in the overarching. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like it, and I feel like unfortunately for trans women, the vibe is different. That's the group that gets portrayed in the negative light for really no reason. Where we are just kind of thought of as the safe ones. I think the road is much harder on the other side of the coin.
I think it is, and then there's a whole like.
Yeah, there's a whole hot.
It's a whole soul subset of hot mess arguments inside, and I think that
like
there's definitely
nesting doll of like situation. It's like
and I think that I think that it is, and this sounds bad, but it's easier for trans dudes and intersex moving into or non-binary people moving into that masculine role.
Oh,
it's easier to be masculine
and
present masculine than it is to be feminine.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be, because let's 100% honesty, there are some straight women who don't pull off feminine well at all. Like
I
it's just
thought that
not.
was what was going on for me, but then I realized, oh no, this is genetic mismatch. Okay, that makes so much more sense. But yeah,
And if you think like some
like there, do you
follow
that Liam guy? Because he made that exact point. There's a lady on here who was like, who people were trying to like give her advice. I think she's gay, but anyway. She was basically saying, like, even if I dress feminine, which I had this issue too, even if I dress feminine, it doesn't matter. I just look like a dude in a dress. And so she puts the dress on, and she does, in fact, look like a dude in a dress, and I can relate to that. That's where I was at this time last year, is that my female clothing was not fitting anymore. It didn't look right. I looked very mismatched. And, you know, it's one of those where it's like, that's partly why I just kind of had to be like, okay, here we are. But it's just one of those things that it doesn't really matter. The vibe is there, whether or not you want to acknowledge it or not. And I feel like that was a great way to illustrate it, but he happened to like impersonate it. It was like, yeah, if I put the same dress on, this is the same vibe. So it's really just that you're seeing the person shine through, and you're seeing the mismatch and realizing that it's not aligned. And that's where, is it her choice? No, because none of this is a choice. We're just kind of here in these meat sacks that we got assigned.
Well, and just some people are just, and I want to use this stereotype and things like that, but it's like and I don't even want to say that it's like a culture thing. I'm going to use like country girl mentality, right? So like you've got your country girl that are like, whatever, the Daisy Dukes, well, whatever her name is, lost it, like mid-thought, but you know what I'm talking about, just that look. But then you have like all of the other ones, you know, like you wear jeans and a hat and a shirt that's buttoned, and like half of them pull it off and half of them don't. Same thing with like, what do they call it, like Han Solo season, where that's like the leggings and the boot and like the furry boot
Oh, yeah.
UGG thing,
Yeah.
and then everyone was wearing a vest for like
Yeah.
a zip up puffer, and it's like some of them can pull it off and some of them can't, and not saying like half, a quarter, whatever, like all of them can identify as like a straight female, but it doesn't mean that femininity is going to shine through the same way.
Right.
But like if you threw 100 people in hoodies, they're just 100 people in hoodies. Like,
Right.
it's not as hard. It's
No.
not as hard at all.
No,
You know,
I just found that, like, for me, I noticed that the things were not matching up anymore. But that was part of why, for me, this was incredibly weird. And also why I'm kind of glad that it's rare, because it would be incredibly destabilizing for most people. But I was just like, well, here we are. You know what I mean? I just looked like I woke up one day and was like, wow, I think I'm becoming a lumberjack. Like, I will admit, it's nice being able to pick up heavier and heavier items. I'm like, oh, wow, look, I couldn't pick this up now. I couldn't do this 2 weeks ago. All right, that's cool. But yeah, it's just, it's weird. But at the same time, I've had numerous patients. I'm the one that kids, that animals, instant attraction. And I think it's because, yeah, I can't turn that part off. Like, I might be on my way to Masculineville, but you can tell. People, they can tell. The one, you know.
I almost wonder
Vulnerable
too,
among us can tell, usually.
yeah. I almost wonder, like, we talk about like evolution and things like that, and this could be like a whole sidebar tangent and stuff of all the weird things that we talk
Yeah.
about. But you know, like we say, like neurodivergence part of that evolution. We talk about all that other full host of things like that too. But like people who accept their identity are more likely to be, I don't want to say like closer to the awakened or the spirit or like their true self.
Yeah.
And other animals and people and things can sense that they're more
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
less clouded, I guess. Like they're just more
Well,
exactly how they're supposed to be.
the other thing too, we have to remember there is historical context to the same population, in that the Native Americans, two-spirited people, which would encompass both trans and intersexed, were highly regarded, highly esteemed, were thought of to be some of the most safe and protective people. So there's got to be a reason, because they did not shun them. They thought that was a special talent or an extra layer of protection for them. That was a huge thing. So two-spirited people were very highly regarded.
That's true too. I mean, I never thought about that correlation before. I always just like that was part of one of the arguments that I always had for like religious people when they talked about trans people and not allowing them to transition. I always had that conversation with like, you say that God doesn't make mistakes, but that's biology. Cancer, having glasses, getting braces,
Right.
things like that, right? Like that's biology. That's not, you know, that's not God making mistakes. That's genes, right?
Yeah.
If
so-
you are saying to a trans person that they can't be who they are, and they say in their soul they identify as X, Y, and Z, whatever that may be, different from their body, then you are arguing that their soul is incorrect, which is in return saying that God makes mistakes.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's that person's soul.
Right.
And you can't tell that person's soul what they believe.
Right.
And soul is one of those weird words that's like, I think that religious or non-religious, I think that everyone can identify with them, like that there's more, whether you call it the conscious, your personal energy, whatever. Like that soul is not necessarily a religious connotation, but I think like all cultures have, and religions and others all have that mentality of a inner being that's more than just your meat suit.
Well, I'd
so to
say,
speak.
you know, who maybe could speak to that, but maybe can't now would be, Senator McConnell. That's why I
Yeah.
was going to laugh. I was like, ooh, hold it.
saggy meat suit was the truest statement for that guy. Jesus. He wasn't a good-looking meat suit before he ended up on life support.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But yeah. Oh, Franklin the turtle.
Oh my God.
But anyway. But yeah, I feel like there are historical precedents for people feeling embodied into two spirits is there in the Native American populations, and yeah, I mean it's only been recently. Like, okay, let's put it this way. There's a reason that those populations exist, and if they're increasing in margins, it's not just because they're now accepted, it's because there's an evolutionary reason for it. That's what it is. Like, every time we're like, oh wow, there's a whole lot of autism. Well, there's a fucking evolutionary reason for that, and for ADHD too. And that's why they're on the rise. It's like we have to look at the environment, or we have to look at the genes. It could also just be that neurodivergent people prefer other neurodivergent people, and then they have neurodivergent babies. That's probably what it is, because, you know, I don't know. The only thing I can think of that would be horrible in life would be having, you know, spending it every day, all day with a neurotypical person constantly.
Oh
You know?
God, it would be so annoying.
Yeah.
I know. I had that moment today with my family, because like my kids got home from work earlier than my work day ended, and they were just like riled the fuck up for whatever reason. And they weren't like, I mean, my youngest turns 18 tomorrow, so
I just saw the picture you said. Oh, happy birthday to your...
Yeah, he turns 18 tomorrow. I'm officially have all my kids over 18, which is
Oh man, that's exciting
such a
stuff.
weird feeling, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like, but they were, you know, he'll be 18 tomorrow, and my oldest is 19, and they weren't like, they were just fucking with each other, you know, like playing video games, but like yelling at each other back and forth and stuff. And then I made dinner, and then we ate dinner, but they were like, they still had one earbud in, and they were like screaming at each other, like they were still with their big, you know, video game headphones on. And I'm like, we were sitting right across from each other. Like,
Right. Like,
I was like,
whoa.
I'd rather still have this than neurotypical people all day long, just
Yeah, my
chilling.
house-
Like, I'd be so bored. There's so many conversations going on at the same time.
Yeah. Like, my house looks like a doom box, but you know what? I know where fucking shit is. Know where it's at. If you put it in a cabinet, will I remember it's there? No. No, I will not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's just one of those things where it's like, I think that there's evolutionary reasons for a lot of things, and I think that we need to stop fucking with evolution and just accept that there is something, there's a purpose for people to exist in the context in which they exist. So at that point, we just need to fucking let it go. Like, you know, I mean, some of it's genetic, some of it is, you know, in my case, it was from nuclear exposure. So what do you want me to do with that? It was a Superfund site. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to know until it happens. You know what I mean? And you won't know that it's happened for at least 20 years after it's done. So
Yeah.
that's just how that goes. So it's one of those where I feel like people are usually very quick to judge until they realize the proximity to which anybody could have drawn any of those cards. But also I do feel like there is a universal feeling of safety amongst people in those populations, whether it be intersex or trans, that are going from female to male. There is a very, very much a sense of safety post-transition even that I've found, or I've noticed and picked up on, both in the sense that being somebody that identified or was assigned female at birth, and now mid-transition. Oh God, Lord, you're sending me another picture. Oh no! I saw the out of the corner. Nice. It's like the same picture, right next to each other.
He's so droopy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
I
good
had
though.
to.
It's good.
God. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think we need to let's just let evolution happen. go back to the mind your own fucking business. Like that's the one thing that I loved about Tim Walz when he was talking.
How fucking weird. Yeah.
You know, he straight up, he said everyone was weird, but he was like, you know, like, talking about, I don't even remember how we got on the conversation, but he was just like, mind your own business. Like, unless you're hurting someone else, mind your business. Like, go back to that. Like, who the fuck cares about what adults and consenting people or like people and their doctors? Oh, that's never gonna be old for me. But like, any of those decisions shouldn't be any of your business.
No.
The government shouldn't be in that business. Your neighbor shouldn't be in your business. You should be in that business, and then like your immediate family if you invite them in, and that's it. Like, we live in this world where everybody's got to have opinion about everybody else's everything, and it's like we judge people. You are judging people for living their ultimate truth more than we're judging people, and not us. Not our group of people.
No, I
but
understand.
as a country, as a collective, more than they're judging people for, you know, a certain specific person who lives in a castle in Florida most of the time, who has a very orange complected face, having relations with small children.
Yeah, that's also what does it for me too. The fact that, you know, they want to constantly place people on lists, but we aren't gonna look at the lists that that they should be on. The type that, you know, is public record, in which he wouldn't be able to live in a castle 1,000 feet from a school. Or
I was gonna say, move your
with
castle
an
away
ankle
from
monitor
schools.
it all the time. You know, yeah. It's just. But yeah,
It's just
it gets old.
yeah, the list. You know, they make those lists of things that like things that are cool when you're rich, but that are frowned upon when you're poor. And it was, you know, all these people was, you know, like speaking two languages. If you're poor, it's looked down on. If you're rich, it's like you're hoity-toity.
Right.
Or, you know, just having a small home. Like people with tiny homes, it's totally acceptable if you're rich. But if you're poor, just that's what you can afford. Like it's frowned upon. Apparently, it also the same thing rule applies when it comes with like pedophilia. I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
If
what
you're
the
rich,
fuck?
It's fine. Right. Oh god. Oh, and that's why our brain hurts every day. Just the double standards galore.
It never ends.
It just doesn't. That's the thing is like, and I feel like trying to get this information out, you know, it's one of those where I feel like it's scary in certain aspects, but it's also not, because they're not that smart. Like, they're just not that smart. And it's like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like I think everybody kind of made them out to be way smarter than they are. And especially Space Karen. And I think it's not so much a big bad as much as it's just they did what? Openly and brazenly, and okay. That's interesting, because the only person that has immunity is the Cheeto. Everybody else is up as fair game.
And technically, his immunity is only while he's in office.
Right.
So, eat
That's
that
what
and
I
take
mean.
shit. Like, the whole thing makes me so angry to think about. And you're right, because we did talk about how it's not that they're intelligent at all. It's that they're loud and obnoxious. It's just like you have a coworker, and don't tell me you don't. You have one coworker who could argue with you that money is made of cloth. It's fine stitched cloth. And they could argue this with you. And you're like, are you fucking stupid? But they are so loud and confident that other people start believing it. And you're like, you should know better than this.
Right.
This dude's a moron. Wash it once. Tell me it's cloth.
Right.
It's never happened. Weird things have happened to my clothes in the laundry, but not that. Like, seriously. But it's what it is. It's not that they're smart. They're just loud and obnoxious about the not truths.
Right.
With confidence. It's like my wife used to yell at me about that too when the kids were little, and they'd ask questions and I just answer them. She's like, how do you know that? I'm like, I don't. Sometimes I just say things with confidence to make them Stop asking me questions.
Yeah, no,
it's
I get
not-
that. Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, but you're so confident about it." But it's what they live on that. Say it with confidence and say it loudly, and people will believe you and they'll just walk away.
Well, yeah, that's why it's like Stephen Miller will look at him and be like, "Oh no, sir, that's exactly the opposite of what the ruling was today." And it's like, "Oh my god!" But he says it confidently, so Donnie just eats it up.
There's going to be a case study about all the people, and I will go back to school for my psychology just to.
I already have one of those. I mean, it's a case study in psychopathy, various degrees of societal sociopathic behavior in large groups of people with absolute power, which always corrupts. Surprisingly, we're no different there.
No, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm even more clear. It's not that I really want to do. I want to. I don't
You just
want
want to watch how weird they are. Yeah.
Not necessarily ethically, and not necessarily.
I get it.
For the information that is like would do us any good.
So you want to basically go Pulp Fiction on them and basically go at him with a blowtorch and a pair of pliers.
Yeah, maybe not that crazy. Okay, so like, do you remember the beginning of the original Ghostbusters?
I got it. No.
You know, just the beginning of the Ghostbusters. Like, what shape do you see here? And he's just zapping them, and he's right every time, but just to zap them. Yeah, that's kind of thing I want. Like, just this is what you wanted to do because you thought that it was cool to do conversion therapy again. So like, here
we should convert them and use their own conversion therapy on them.
Exactly.
We could do that.
But instead of it being like that, it's just going to be like, is this right? It's going to be simple questions like, is this morally right? Yes.
Well, my whole thing is, okay, so if like the whole conversion therapy is legal again, what the hell do you do with me? You could try to convert me. My body's doing this. I can't stop it. Like,
if you want to start bringing back conversion therapy, I will wholeheartedly allow you to start doing this on a group of people. But the group of people that I'm going to allow you to do this to are all of the people who go into the RNC conventions and crash Grindr.
Yeah, that's a great That's a great population to start with.
Yes, I'm going to do the reverse conversion therapy. He's like, I'm not going to convert you to be straight and only straight because that's what you want. I'm going to convert you to be honest with yourself.
Right.
With electrical shock.
Right.
Because it's fun.
Ooh, Milgrams, like a reverse Milgrams.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they do in those conversion things. They hook you up and they...
That's what
whenever
I mean.
you get excited...
I would just be like, well, this is never going to end. Because it'd be like, your testosterone's still high because it's like it's happening. Like it's almost like I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd leave everybody else who's already marginalized and like you and just live your life however you fucking want.
That's what I do, but
to the most of your ability. Some of it's not what you want, and you just get what you get. You know.
Well, and it's just to me, it's just the fear of like it's just the ignorance and the fear that just get old. Like just even trying to explain to like my spouse, like it doesn't. Like yes, I might. It's complicated. It's not just it's not a one. There's layers to it. I think, and that's what people don't understand. Like they don't get that. Like it's not a choice for me, especially because it's genetic. But also like all the rules still apply to me. It's just it's weird, and it's one of those where it's like, at what point do you do? Because at least when I feel like the transition for trans people is at least laid out very, very clearly. You have milestones you have to meet. There's just not. I don't even know if we've passed the menopause mark. What is happening half the time with my own body, and it's not anybody's fault. I'm that rare that there just isn't a lot of knowledge about it, and I feel like that's where it's a little bit harder in certain aspects because it's like, at least if you got to a point where you felt like you needed to just take a break from a transitional point of view, you could. I don't get that choice. It's just, here we are. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, and to not to say like
second puberty sucks for both populations, but I feel like it's especially rough in my situation because I, until recently, didn't even really know what was happening. I just was like, wow, I look kind of lumberjackish and my voice has dropped, which I did hear a video from 2024, July of 2024, and my voice has dropped substantially.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it in you just from when I started following you.
Yeah.
After the contest to now. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
we
That's not
we
been
talk
that
more
long.
regularly now, but
Yeah. Well, and it's not
but-
been that long. I'm like, oh my god.
yeah. I think the other part of it too, and I'm not downplaying anything you're saying at all, but also the other part of it is the lack of information that we have on menopause and perimenopause in general isn't going to be helpful, because not only have we not figured out how to study and kind of define X, Y, and Z in stereotypically chromosomally people, but to add on the extra variance, you're a hell of an outlier. That's not going to be an easy thing to
Yeah.
target.
Well,
There's
and
not going to be any
especially-
information.
Especially somebody with advanced endo as advanced as mine, because ultimately what will happen is if I end up like if they could try to do a hysterectomy, but it's not going to do anything, and then you might pull the organ that's producing the testosterone inadvertently. So I probably would not do that, but rather would try blockers to see. But that's really going to accelerate this. If it's already happening naturally with just menopause, it's going to be like overnight. I'm going to go from, April to Adam, pretty much like that. Because that's the destabilizing part, because I feel like if it was something that I was doing and it was gradual, I could take my time, I could prepare people in my life. This is just like ripping a Band-Aid off. Like, I didn't even know it was happening until a year ago. And it's like, you don't, as you find out bits and pieces, like now at least I have a gene I can refer to, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, and the bigger part is with all the stuff going on with kids and all these weird laws that have to do with bathrooms and what you can do with X, Y, and Z. If my daughter has the same gene, technically, even if she doesn't have a similar pathway, she still would be in that I population, technically. And that might bring her undue stress. That might bring more upon her than needs to be. So far, I do believe that she truly is female through and through. Like, I don't think her hormones are different. I think she's just missing the kidney, but we wouldn't even be able to begin to test until she's in puberty. So it's one of those where it's like, I don't know. I just feel like labeling her in this administration with this regime would be unwise. And it's sad because I feel like she might need monitoring that I might not be able to get for her because we don't have the label.
It is scary to think about that.
That's really why I haven't been so forthcoming with the genetic part of it, is because literally I'm trying to protect my kid.
And I don't blame you at all, because at this point, like, you could be putting her in danger for something that may not even affect her.
Right.
In the same way that it is you. And that sounds so fucked up thing to even have to say. And that's the part that bothers me the most about everything that is going on right now. It's that it shouldn't be even a conversation that has to be a public or a thing or something you should have to worry about or anything like that. Like, it should be just literally that easy.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I canceled my endocrinology appointment because honestly I did have to work on Monday and that's when it was. But I haven't done the testing because I'm terrified to, because of my kid. I don't care about the label for me because I feel like at some point I'm going to need to do it regardless, because in order to change my marker or whatever, my name. But at the same time, I don't really have a need to do it right this second. There is going to become a point, though, that I'm not going to be able to function easily with my legal name being a female name. So yeah, it's just, yeah, with it being April, and then, but at the same time, the part too that was also confusing and is I never really felt any dysphoria as far as how I looked. I just noticed that my body was changing. You know what I mean? Like, and it was weird stuff. Like, why did my feet get bigger? Like, why did I look like I gained, you know, a good 30 pounds and really it was muscle? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I have pecs now. I didn't have them before. Like, from not working out. Like, I haven't been lifting or anything, and I'm getting stronger, which is crazy. Because I'm like, oh wow, like, oh, I can pick this up now. Like, this is easy. What? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and all that shit, and the fact that it's happening overnight without,
Yeah.
basically without your consent, but without
Without even knowing, because they don't test it.
yeah, well, and not even like knowing or consent, but like no clear plan on how to move forward.
No.
I guess is the way I'm, and I'm not saying like
But I'm so rare
to be
that,
mean. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
again, you're just that. Not that they haven't tested, you know, they don't have a lot of information on
Right.
menopause,
Oh, yeah.
perimenopause, let alone intersex menopause, perimenopause, let alone add endo on top of it. You were an anomaly in the matrix on top of an anomaly in the matrix.
Yeah, and there is a guy that lives in Australia and was in a similar boat, and it was literally, he's like, I appeared female and then went through menopause, and I am now, and he looks very male. I think, I'm not sure what his pronouns are. He's like, I think he had to do a similar thing where he just said F it and accepted it and just transitioned, because it's just, you get tired of fighting it. And I feel that in my soul, like even at work, it's to the point where I don't even correct him anymore. I'm just like, I'm whatever. I don't really care. However you perceive me, male or female, I don't really give a fuck. Because it's just, you know, it's just how it goes. But it's weird in the sense that like some of my coworkers will be like, it's a girl, and I'm like, it doesn't really matter. They're not wrong. I don't know. I know it's happening quickly. So, but it kind of makes you wonder too, because like, I think like we were talking about the blood cell thing. That started when I was like 34, 35. So I'm wondering if I started in perimenopause then.
Well, and funny that you say that, and not that you want to have that conversation too, but I just saw an article today that says that people who are ADHD experience perimenopause 10 years earlier than neurotypical people.
Yeah.
So you very well
I'm
could have been.
Quite sure that my daughter I was well into the perimenopause experience when I got pregnant. Again, this child should not exist. I have no way of explaining how she does. She shouldn't. Like about 3 ways over.
No, she's just meant to be here. She's gonna like change the world or some shit.
She's probably, because she should not exist. But I mean, you know, it's just one of those things that I know that I'm like an enigma wrapped in an anomaly, but it's still scary when it's hard enough to go through this, and to go through this with this backdrop is astronomically stressful for no reason. Because it's like there's nothing I could do to change any of this. Because trust me, I would have, and I did explore it, but the endo rules that out. I can't take that. Endo will kill me quicker. You know what I mean? It would be unwise. It would be a death sentence. So, and I'm just not that attached to being a girl. It's more because I don't want to. It's more the world perceiving me in a different context or misunderstanding what's going on than it is anything else. And I'm like, well, they're just going to have to not understand, and that's just the end of that. Because I got to do what's best for me and my family and me to stay alive. That's basically where I'm at with it. Because the other path, yeah, I could stay in my gender, but I'm not going to live that long. So, you know. But it is weird. The whole thing is very weird. But at the same time, it is kind of one of those that it's like I do try to make fun of myself whenever I can, because I'm just such a weird fucking boat. Like, well, you know, I was doing this, but now not, like I was trying to grow my hair out. Now it's starting to thin again. I'm like, God damn it. Probably from that too, I don't know.
Yeah, it never stops. It's
No.
just,
Yeah.
it just keeps getting worse. Hair loss is just,
Right. Well,
I just
it's-
give up.
It's just one of those where it's like I'm trying. I don't know. I think trying to come out of the closet in a way now is just so much more nerve wracking because like I don't even like I don't have the energy half the time to try to explain this to like my family. It's almost just like whatever. Like just I'm gonna wear a suit from now on. It's just whatever. Just go with it. I can't fit into women's clothes anymore. So oh well.
It's like, if you want me to show up, I'm dressing how I feel like, and if you don't like it, then F off. And that's just
Exactly.
as simple as that. I
Yeah.
never understood
My family's just uptight and conservative AF.
I understand that too. But it's like, I could just not be here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's just certain things are just it's just I don't know, it's kind of the way it is. It's just one of those that the people that do matter at some point they'll accept me or they won't. That's just how it is. So anymore I've kind of removed myself from the family dynamics and just been like, fuck it, whatever happens happens. I can't.
And honestly, that's, as much as that sucks, like, if you don't like me for who I am, then fuck off. My dad has had, and it's such a weird place because I used to get so mad at my dad for having that mentality about so many things, but you kind of have to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, and like my mom's side of the family is they're just very, very, they've always been very conservative, but at the same time, they might be more open to the fact that it's not like I can change any of it. I mean, they're also the side that was exposed to radiation, so I think that's kind of forced them to be like, well, anything's possible,
I'm like, this could be you, bitch. Knock it off.
Yeah, this is the card I drew. Yay me. But I mean,
get your cousins tested.
I don't think any of them had the same raging. Like when I was a little kid, there was no doubt in my head I was a boy. But none of my cousins really had this similar experience, but they could have different situations that unfold. Like I worry more about cancer with them. You know what I mean? Like weird, and even for me.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be that gene. It could be any of the other ones.
Right.
Like the mutations and things.
There's a problem with that, though, and let me explain that, because I did the actually, it's funny, because I was using this to block, but here's the hereditary cancer screening that I did. But I did that because of the exposure, and I came back with none of the, like, I do carry part of the BRCA gene, but it's not the part that affects, that causes cancer. So, like, I think it's one of those that if it's a hereditary cancer, they did tell me that exposure will not affect this. It would be a new mutation. So like my mom probably doesn't carry WNT4. It's because she was exposed as a child that I got a mutated form of the WNT4 mutation, like gene. So it's new. It's not necessarily going to pop up. This is a new addition to our genome.
I was just thinking that just because your mom's mutation was this, so your mutation is this, doesn't mean that like her sister or brother's mutation wasn't this, which means their kids is going to be the same. Just they should probably also undergo genetic testing to be on the safe side.
Yeah,
because it doesn't necessarily have to be just because you don't have the right gene for that, for the cancer and things, doesn't mean whatever trigger that they have isn't.
Yeah, no.
Especially because they're other half of their other genetic things.
Yeah, well, and everybody should do that kind of testing regardless, because especially for hereditary cancers. But they won't always do it unless you have direct family members. Me and my brother did, because our grandmother was suspected. Like when I thought back, she died of brain cancer. But when we thought about it, I was thinking breast cancer because breast goes to lung. We knew that she had a lung mass, could not find the primary source. Then I thought, well, then it went to brain, which it typically does. So when I thought back, I was like, the one place that usually goes to the lung is breast. So that's why I was able and eligible to be tested, was because of her cancer, which was not explained, and I apparently wasn't a BRCA gene. But otherwise, they were not going to test me, even though I had the phenol exposure.
I see it's so weird too, because like my grandma also had breast cancer. She had breast and then bone and then brain. But they wouldn't test my mom because I told her she needed, like, cause she was I don't think she had a mammogram done until she was like 50 something years old.
Oh, I got to schedule mine for this year. Like because now I have to go all like every 6 months.
Well, and I said to her, if you're not going to do the mammogram because you're scared, do the cancer, like do the hereditary thing,
Right.
and at least know if you have it, and then you can go and do the mammogram or whatever. But like, if that's what you're scared of, like rule it out first. And her doctor wouldn't even get her, like allow her to be tested. And it wasn't just my grandma, like it was one of her. My grandma was like one of 7 or something like that, and so it was like more than one of her siblings also had cancer. So it wasn't like something that was not ruled out. My grandma wasn't like an outlier or anything. But they wouldn't do it for my mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, then just go get your boob squished. Like,
yeah. Well, the reason also that I was eligible was because my grandmother had suspected breast cancer, which was unconfirmed, and I did pull her death cert, and they did too, which is kind of creepy. But you have to fill out all this paperwork, and now I know why. It's because they actually go and pull some of the death certs that they're allowed to. The other one is that I had 2 masses in my left breast last year, and I had to have those removed. So yeah, last year was a little bit of a medical fuckery. I had that, but they ended up being just cysts or whatever. But they did look very suspicious. Like one had blood flow and everything. They were pretty convinced it was cancer. Like I was brought into the room with the little desk and the tissues, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Plus my astrology is like showing this like impactful like near-death experience, which became the colostomy. But anyway, it was one of those where I was like, oh fuck, is it cancer? Oh shit. And then they found 2 masses in one boob, and I'm like, oh god, it is. And it was a cyst, but it had blood flow, so scary.
God, that is scary shit though.
Yes,
it
was very scary.
God,
Yeah, so I have like 2 little things in my boob now. So when they squish
the location
everything,
markers.
yes, then they know that they've been there, done that, got the shirt. It's fine. But yeah, it's one of those that you definitely want to know your genetic risk, because every woman has a 20% chance. That's the other thing too. Regardless of your genetics, regardless of your environment, every woman carries a 20% chance of breast cancer. So, it's one of those things that's why we do mammograms every year as well, because there's still a baseline risk, because you could just, in your travels amongst the world, be exposed to things that could cause cancer. So, yeah. And in fact, like, now I remember I got to make sure I schedule mine for the end of August. That's when I get my boobies squished. So
it's like your after
squished.
birthday present.
Right. Go get your titties squished. Yeah. But yeah, it was scary last year, because I had that scare, and it was really fucking intense. Like, they brought me in the room and the tissues, and I was like, yeah. And then the whole, like, my bowel was just like, yep, I'm done. I'm punching out. So.
God. Yeah, no, that's a lot to deal with in 1 year.
Yeah, plus the whole like switching gender thing against my will. So yeah, last year not great. I feel like I'm doing a lot better this year, but yeah.
I was say, just knock on wood before you get any further with that sentence.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, but
next week's your birthday too, so
yeah, I'll be 44.
It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
I don't feel a day over.
I feel like
25 some days.
I know. Well, I do until it's like, like what was it, yesterday, I was trying to walk around and just like my back is all like.
When did the weather start affecting the joints so much? Jesus.
Well, for me, it's more the endo, man. Like I'm walking around, I'm like, oh god, my back.
Well, for me, it's just the obesity, so it's fine.
Well, that's the other thing too about this whole journey. So, when we kind of touched on this, so one of the things that's weird is like, and the endocrinologist was wanted to make sure that in the future that they use the right BMI and stuff, because she's like, I think the problem is that your skeleton, your build is switching. She's like, I think that they're not accounting for the muscle that you're putting on, because my blood sugars kept dropping. And the only thing that has worked to prevent that is protein, which then tells them it's the rapid muscle. So yeah, that's the other part of it. Like, how many calories should I be eating? Should I be eating like a teenage boy? You know what I mean? Because I'm technically in second puberty while I'm in menopause.
God, that's so much to worry about.
It's a lot. Yeah, there's definite times that it's like, holy shit. But it's like, I mean, you just gotta, I don't have a choice. You know what I mean? It's not like I woke up and was like, oh, this is just the cards I drew. This is the genetics that I got, So I just try to keep telling people, like, it's a very unique experience living life authentically and genuinely in both genders. Like, there's just, most people make a choice that they feel misaligned. I didn't, and that's, I think, a very different experience. You know what I mean? It's not it's not good, bad, or ugly. It's just different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you gotta take it the way it is. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to put it in a way that doesn't sound. If you look at it in a negative fashion, it's just gonna make it worse.
Absolutely. And it's one of those where it's like, I've tried my best to teach as much as I can so that other people, if they encounter this, or even just in general, like if like their kids start to tell them that they don't feel like they're the gender that they were assigned at birth, that they need to listen to their kids, but also that there are explanations for these things, and they are valid explanations, and there's absolutely nothing wrong. That doesn't mean that anybody has anything other than just, could be an underlying genetic thing, and it could also just be, a feeling, a vibe, a situation that they, later on need to make decisions about.
Did you hear them? What the hell?
I don't know. I just heard.
Apparently, one of I've got another cat has come down to visit, and the cat that was trying to get my attention, and I told her no, was like, well, if you're not gonna do it, then I'm gonna fuck with this one. And now they're playing. I mean, they're not fighting per se, they're just sibling playing, but what the hell?
But yeah,
guys, go to bed.
But I've just been trying to teach people, because like there's another intersex creator on here, her name's Jackie, and she has,
I think I follow Jackie too.
Yes. We talk about similar things. Like, we're just peacefully existing in this shit show and, getting targeted left and right. But at the same time, like, the trans population doesn't deserve any of this either. I mean, it's a shit show. And it's a shit show that it's like, my situation's a little bit different, but I try to explain that. But it's like, then I get people who are like, this is, it's anti-trans. I'm like, I'm just trying to differentiate. I'm not trying to put anything down. Like, that is not the vibe that I'm trying to show. It's just trying to explain that there is a difference. So like, you got WWE going on over there.
Hey!
Jessica!
I'm busy. Yes, I would, but like, I don't know what other animals are like waiting upstairs in the abyss. And then, like, if I scream it right now and then the dogs go off, it's just gonna be a whole nother problem. So,
Right.
Come here. What the hell are they doing? It's not even mating season.
Uh-oh. You hear some Marvin Gaye in the background.
They're all fixed. Hey, what are you doing? Stop fighting. Three of them, all three of them are down here right now. The old man is just chilling in his spot, pretending like the world doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
And my one cat that is a little bit more mentally unstable, and not like he's insane, just that he's fallen down the stairs a few times, so he drools quite a bit, and sometimes he gets a little humpy with whatever.
Yeah, mine that's special needs is also a little humpy, but
Oh my God.
I don't
What do
know.
you do?
Maybe that's a thing with the special needs pets. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. He just does it sometimes, and I'm like, what are you trying to accomplish right now? One, you're fixed. Two, she's fixed. And three, she just bites your ear and you get mad. So like, just stop.
Right. Exactly.
She's never gonna just be like, okay, this once. Like, consent.
Right. Exactly. Otherwise, if men just listened to consent, we would be so much farther in life. That's I think the underlying theme of all of this is just fucking consent.
Yes. Consent for your government, consent for your body, consent for everything.
Yep. Yeah, it's
dumb.
just that's the thing that gets so old is just being like, oh, and it's coming back to surprise, surprise, consent, and not obtaining consent. Yeah, it gets old. It gets tiring. But yeah, it's just shit. This whole past year, I'm kind of glad is hopefully 30 or hopefully 44 is better than 43 was medically at least. Well, we'll see. It's crazy.
I hope so too, because like, I don't know, just mentally, if that's just a lot to handle.
Yeah.
Let alone the physical end of it and the financial end of it.
Yeah. But, well, financials kind of working itself out, but it's just one of those that I don't have a choice, though. Like, that's the other thing, too. It's like, I think if it was a decision that I made, that I had to make for myself, it probably wouldn't be as straightforward, but this is not a decision type of situation. This is a factual circumstance, which I feel like changes the situation a lot. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the only thing that I'm really worried about is my family, but if they don't care, then they don't. I mean, if they're not going to be around, then they're not going to be around. And that's what it is.
I mean, yeah, that part is hard. I mean, you've got your kid. She's not going anywhere. And the ones that care will stay.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. You know,
Yeah.
like, I've got family that I talk to regularly after all the years and everything, and living in states apart and age gaps, and I've got family that I've literally almost never talked to.
Yeah. I think everybody does. I mean, that's just kind of how things are going in a lot of families, you know. So, I think
Also,
the boomers are making things a little harder for people to stay in contact with loved ones and such.
Well, I mean, I even have cousins my age that the last time I talked to one of my, actually several cousins was when my grandpa died in 2003.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
And not like where there's not an age gap. Like, my one cousin's a year older than me, and then there's another one in between, and then there's another one that's a year older than my brother.
Yeah.
My younger brother. So, not like a reason. We just never... We live in different circles, so we just don't fly together, I guess.
Well, me and my brother grew up in a different part of the country, and that changed a lot for us.
Oh, we live in the same city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just saying for us, when we had to move to New England, we lost a lot of contact with a lot of our family. But when we came back, it was like I've reconnected with some of them. But, you know, I mean, a lot of that is just, I feel like the boomers didn't really cement those connections like their parents did. And as a result, I think a lot of people are going through the struggle of their family kind of falling apart.
Well, I just don't think that. I think my our boomer generation is trying to enforce the same standards that we had with our grandparents. but they're not giving the same respect back to like our generation and X.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we're drawing lines where there weren't lines drawn before.
Right.
Like, you can't be the same person who bitched about them overstepping and then you overstepping.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
like they expect the respect and don't want to give any of the work to earn it, and that's been the boomer way because they've always gotten everything just by force, and this is the first time that their consequences are kind of showing up, or their actions are showing up and the consequences they're having to deal with. So it's just, I feel like my story isn't unique in that sense. Like, there's so many people that there's people even in my own family that are disconnected from our family, and has nothing to do with anything like what I'm going through. So I don't know, but at the same time, it's just, it is what it is, and there's nothing I can do. It is hurtful after a while, just having to constantly be like, no, this is what's going on, because it's always assumed I'm under the L label, and no. I mean, they'll probably figure it out once I start really looking overtly, which is not far off, I fear. I think we're here now. Didn't think it'd be here this quick, but I think we're here now.
But I guess, and that's just my own personal everything, but it's like, what difference does it make?
It doesn't for me.
You know
but
what I
it
mean?
does
Like
for
the same,
them. Yeah.
the same cousins and family members that are going to judge you for your life are the same ones that have been married and divorced like 7 times, or have had affairs, or have gone.
The
Like
affairs part, maybe.
pick the
The problem
taboo.
is,
And somebody's done something, and it's just, what's the point? Just
Yeah.
let people be happy. If they're not hurting anybody and they're not hurting any kids, and everything's consenting, like,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
And not that even you're consenting, you just don't have a choice.
I
but
just don't have a choice.
Whatever.
But it's my own body doing its thing. But yeah, I think it's more that okay, you have to remember, this is in the context of the same side of the family. We have generational narcissism. Like, we have great-grandma was a narcissist. Her youngest son, my grandfather, was a narcissist. Okay? So you have the fallout from all of that, because we all know that narcissists just absolutely decimate families. Well, out of that, my mom is the oldest of 4. She's a narcissist. She's covert, though, so it took me a little longer to figure it out. But so you have this pattern. You have other narcissists in the family. Like, we have there's me and a couple of my cousins have kind of narrowed down which ones we think are, because this is such a raging problem in my family. Like, this is a generation, there's clearly a genetic predisposition to narcissism. And like, my grandma, my great-grandma, and my grandfather were overtly narcissistic. And you have a ton of abuse. Like, my mom is kind of a sadist too. She was very, you know what I mean? Like, she kind of, yes. So you have elements that are there. And unfortunately with my mom has done so much damage to her family that she's pretty much, they don't want to have anything to do with her. So that part's been pretty easy to get around, but the problem is that I don't know them really, and they don't really know me very well, because my mom made sure to keep us far enough apart that we would never connect. My grandma was the reason that overrode that, because when my grandma was dying and had Alzheimer's and stuff, I took care of her, and she would have lucid moments, and that's when she would tell me that my mom was just like her husband, just like my mom's father, and that you're never gonna win, and you just need to stop trying. And I did, and she was right. Demented as fuck, but she was right. but my grandma was my mom in that aspect. She was the maternal one. She wouldn't have cared at all about any of it. She just loved me for me. But my dad was also very unconditional. But they're both dead now, so I don't have anybody. So that's the sad part, is that the people that did actually truly care are gone. So that part sucks. And I did take care of both of everything for them as well. I mean, like, I wrote my grandmother's obituary because my aunt and uncles were just like, they just shut down when she died. They were not prepared for it at all. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I get that stuff too. I feel like that's a very similar situation. I mean, my mom's still alive. We just don't chat.
yeah,
Like,
I don't talk to my
it's
mother
not like
at all.
officially disowned, but I'm just not. I haven't cut her off completely because of that. I guess that guilt of
Yeah.
I still need to. I still need to be there in case something. But we're not like a daily conversation. But
Yeah.
um,
Like I
Like
haven't
we-
talked to my mom in 6 months, and I won't.
most of the conversations I've had with my mom recently have been about my brother's divorce. So
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yikes.
yeah, they keep trying to like get me in the middle of it, and I'm like,
No.
I mean, I know my brother, and I know he's not perfect, but I also don't know much about my sister-in-law, so I guess it's not really all that fair. But I think that they both did shitty things, and they're separate, and they're trying to keep it like, like do the dissolution thing and make it clean as they can. And I'm like, so stop stirring up shit,
Right.
or else it's not going to be. So stop talking. And then tell my brother, like, quit talking to mom, just walk away.
Yeah.
You talk to mom, she's gonna say shit, and it's gonna be worse.
Yeah. Yeah, because my mom keeps trying to go through my husband or through Josh to find out information. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't, because she wants to see my kid, and no, I don't want. That's another big chunk. I don't want my daughter around any of that. She doesn't need to know about it. And nothing. So, but I mean, it sucks. My brother is closer with her. I'm sure once my mother passes, he'll figure it out. If he doesn't already know, his wife is not stupid. So my sister-in-law is very smart. So I just have to hope at that point that they figure it out. If they don't, they don't. And there's really not much I can do. So
I mean, at that point, she'll be gone anyway, so.
yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, talking after she's dead, I'm hoping I can salvage like a friend or like a relationship with my brother. But that Noah Khan song is like, hearing that all the time, I'm like sitting here like scrolling through TikTok, like, like the Willing and Able one, that's what it's about. So I'm like sitting there like, oh, not again. Like, but, it is what it is. It's just, for me, like my family stuff just, I mean, it's just, it's been unfolding as time has gone on. It's just finally kind of all the way fell apart. So it's not my fault. So the only thing I can do is just keep showing up when I get a phone call, that's it. Can't really change anything. I don't really want to try to change anything. So, and sometimes it's just realizing when the shit's done and it just needs to burn and you need to start over. And that's kind of where I'm at too with my family. As I think we all are with the collective American family. Might be time
Yeah.
to burn it down and start again.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, it's when I think about like how much shit has happened, it does seem like a lot. It's just, I don't know. I've been going like this since 2020. Just, I think a lot of people have, and I think that's part of it too. It's just you get used to being so stressed out, you don't even think about it anymore.
Well, and then you get that place where when things are going and it's kind of calm, it's almost like
Just-
I have to store that and then
Yeah.
panic in the background.
Right. You're like, where's the other shoe? Is it going to drop? Yeah. So.
It's like we had the 3-day weekend. We were off. I was off, and my wife was off on Friday. I think the kids worked, but they're young. They're going to be low man on the totem pole. Then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and then Sunday my kid comes home and is like, "Hey, remember how I said like my brakes were squeaking?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "They sound really bad today. Like, I'm scared I'm going to lose a wheel or something." And I'm like, okay, I go out there and I'm like, that's not squeaking. Like, a squeaky brake is like when your car is moist in the morning and you back up and you're grinding. You have
You
a
don't have
seized
brake
caliper.
pad, right.
Like, it is
I had a
stop.
seized caliber. That was horrible.
Yeah. So that's what we did Sunday night. So I was like, oh, nice 3-day weekend. We're just gonna relax and chill because we don't really do a whole lot. We don't celebrate
Mark.
before we used to. Like I miss going downtown, and we live. Downtown Toledo is cool because it's a lot of the glass buildings.
Yeah.
So like the sound just reverberates. It's like so deep you can feel it in like your soul and stuff. And my wife's got, she works downtown because works in the law office. So we got like parking passes and everything. Like we don't have to worry about paying. We can go like stand in the building if we wanted to. And just because it's too much. And we didn't do shit until Sunday. I mean, Saturday we went out to eat and like hung out a little bit, her and I, but like nothing nothing crazy. But it was like everything's gonna get crazy soon, so we're like not gonna hang out super, in public, because then everything's gonna happen. So go home before the fireworks go off and all of our dogs have a heart attack.
Right.
Because that happens every year. But Sunday night, fixing a car. It's like, damn it.
Yep. No, Friday I worked. Then Saturday we went. The big celebration was near where Josh's gas station second job is, so we just took lawn chairs there because why not? Watched them. They were cool. Then worked Sunday and Monday and was off today and tomorrow. So then I start the new gig on Thursday. Start training. I'm doing like a half day, or I guess it's I don't know. But I'm just working regular Thursday, Friday. So I mean, it's it is what it that part will be nice. I'm glad I'm not working on a card anymore, but
do you work weekends and stuff now
No,
too, or are you just like a Monday through Friday 9 to 5?
Yep, pushing paper around a desk. Well,
Hell yes.
It's
Welcome to America.
Yeah, it's MDS, which is basically the exciting world of billing CMS for services rendered. Well, and indirectly, you have to fill out basically an assessment, and then depends on it used to spit out a rug score. Now it does it differently because they've updated it. But basically, that's how you get reimbursed through CMS, through the company. So yeah, but basically, I just fill out.
I wasn't sure if they forced shit through on weekends and stuff too. If there was like a busy season right before like insurance change. I wasn't sure how any of that stuff worked with.
No, not really. CMS pretty much, because it's the government, kind of just bills the same way. It's just a matter of basically it bills based on acuity. So it's determining the acuity is basically why you fill out the assessment. So it has to be accurate.
So do you get government holidays off now too? Since they're not open?
Well, no. CMS doesn't have to be open. I still have to do my assessments, and then we bill them in batch. Like we process them and send them over electronically in batches.
I just wonder, like, like I said, my wife's a paralegal, so a lot of the times, like, courts are closed, but sometimes they still have to go in depending on like what's going, like if they have a big case going on or whatever. But it's rare. Yeah,
this is more like legal meets just making sure that we get the money that we're putting out, like in care, back, and knowing the loopholes, because there's always loopholes. You just have to learn the loopholes for every CMS update. So, because certain things will get you more money. It depends on what the focus is at that point. I mean, I could see with the HHS going the way it is. The raccoon dick will be a big.
I think you can deduct for that now.
Is there an ICD-10?
Yeah, there is. You can deduct for that now.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's boring. It's not an exciting field, but at the same time, it's a specialty, so that's automatically a ton more money, and they're harder to find. MDS nurses are not. They're paid well because they're rare. So if you know how to do it, then you can pretty much write your own check at that point. So that's why it's like, it's a good move. So, and then we'll just...
Well, and kind of especially like not to start with, but with your experience and everything else going on, and with everything going to be harder for you, like it's definitely like the right route to go.
Yeah. Well, and I've done it before. So I did it for like 2 years, went back to clinical like floor work because I was naturally better at that, but at this point that's gone now because, my body's just like, fuck this shit, we're done. And so that's why it's like heading back to MDS is the right call, because I don't really want to do management either. It's just like, it's part of management, but I don't want to fucking manage people anymore. I've done that for so much of my career too. I'm just done with just do your fucking job. I don't know. Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get
so
that.
that's
I mean,
usually the two paths. You can go billing, coding, insurance, which is kind of what I'm doing, or you can actually go to like the devil itself, which is the actual insurance company, which I did not want to do. Or you can, go into management. And I was like, God, I've done the management route. I have no interest in being a DON. I don't know. Absolutely not. So I'd rather go the MDS route because I can make about as much money as a DON doing that. So,
Yeah.
it's just paint drying. It's just fucking boring, but that's okay.
You just got to make it fun. There's days I do that shit too. Like I make little goals and like stuff to make my day go better. And
that's why I got
like
the new headphones that I'm trying out because I was like, oh, these will be perfect for just sitting there listening to music. I
can't believe you have to go into work, like into an office space.
Well, I can work from home. I'll have a laptop probably in the middle of next week, but they want MDS nurses there because if you don't chart correctly and say you have somebody needing less assistance, I have to look and see that you need more assistance so I can code and get more money. That's why they want MDS nurses in the building. They already know that you could do it virtually, but if you don't have what you need from the charting, then you need to go find it. Because it's a matter of trying to make sure that the budget meets what they're putting out in care. So
that's not horrible because you could probably manage like days where you have a doctor's appointments or like the kid's sick working from home those days, and then
I mean the laptop will probably just stay in this room somewhere, in a place that my kid can't put stickers on it, because she would. But yeah, it's just one of those that's basically the only reason that, because I don't mind going to work, but I'm sure if she's sick or something, that it would be easier. Plus now I have more of a setup with doing this too, that I have more of an office situation. So, but yeah, Jesus, it's been 3.5 hours already. My God.
Yeah,
I know.
We're feeling it.
Starting to get tired. So, but yeah, I'm hoping that we got to some people. I saw a lot of people at the beginning, so that was good. Hopefully they
catch a lot of people on the recaps and all the other things. And as always,
hopefully
follow us on all of our other platforms and get the information you need, and we'll keep spitting it out as long as it's still there. I mean, someone will listen one day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I keep looking for an FBI ban. I'm kind of disappointed I haven't seen anybody, who's asked any questions or
it's really sad. It's really
just kidding, but still.
No, I get it, but it makes me laugh because, like I said, my son kept talking about getting me one, and I was like, part of me was almost really wish I had one because I would just like show up like randomly by your house and just fuck with you. Oh, why are you following? That guy's back following
God damn it. I am being followed. Shit. They searched the domain name. They got my name. They got it. I'm screwed.
They know where I'm at.
Right.
And then I just like roll down the window and laugh at you and like drive off.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just.
I say that like we live around the block. Like that's a 4-hour trip for a quick laugh. But I would.
At least. But you, and the other thing too is I didn't know if you wanted to share how things went with the requests that we made.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely just say that real quick, that we put in the FOIA request for Michigan for information, and they accepted our request, and information is delivered / in progress to be delivered, because it was delivered somewhere else before it was delivered to us. But we're on it, so as soon as it gets here...
that person didn't just, like, meet you halfway. Or
I thought about it, too. No, I think we're like 2 hours.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Not horrible. No,
yeah.
I just didn't know.
For me, it would be a bitch, but
yeah, because and I thought about that too. I didn't know what else was going on, and I didn't want to assume and things like that. And true.
But yeah.
Plus, there's, I don't want to butt into people's schedules any more than I already feel like I have. Like,
That's
hey,
true.
by the way, do this, and then also mail this, and then also do this, and then if
Right.
not, I just feel
Right.
bad about all that. And if I said that to them, they would be mad at me for even feeling that way. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. That one is. Yeah. Because like right now, I'm like, I'm gonna probably say something about like, hey, you don't have to. Here's some here, like, because I know it costs some money for that. So
yeah. And I offered, and I was like, do you have, PayPal or Venmo or Cash App or anything, like, or I can send you a check in the mail or like
Stubborn.
what? And like, absolutely not. Like, okay.
Yep. Yeah. That
I
sounds
was like, I
about
don't
right.
like
Yeah.
maybe half. Like, can we? No, nope.
Oh, it's like when I'm talking to her. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, there was like, nope. Don't even. If you bring it up again, I'm going to find where you sleep and poke you in the eye.
It's the
Like, oh.
Midwestern. Yeah.
And I read the same exact way. So like, I
Yes.
can't.
I think all of us are on the same. Like, and we're like, no, really.
And it wasn't a lot. Like, I know that conversation, that number would be, if that number was a different number and it was a lot of money and like things and whatnot,
Yeah.
it would be a very different conversation. But I would have ate it too. So
Yeah.
I can't see.
Yeah. I
Can't
know.
say anything.
I know. But I can just see that. Absolutely not.
Yep. Absolutely not. I don't feel right about this. I'm just saying it out loud. I don't care.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's yeah. I'll try. I'll bring it up in a couple weeks. Like, by the way, they'll probably still say immediately no, but that's okay. Just keep trying. It's the only thing
Oh,
we
and
can
I
do.
meant to say it earlier this week, but I heard to you earlier the episode. But Tabby's birthday is on the day before yours,
I know. I saw a video. Yeah.
so make sure when you see Tabby again next week, we belated happy birthday. But we'll
Yeah.
throw that out there too.
Yeah. I was.
Was
like,
our
"Aw."
episode our episode's on your birthday?
It is on my birthday. Yeah.
How weird is it? It was on mine too. Also,
I know. That's kind of crazy. I thought of that earlier. I was like, that's weird. Yikes. It's also Blaine's birthday.
it is.
It is. Yeah. Might have to see if she's available. I don't know if she'll still be. She's had a rough time too.
I wanted to reach out, but I knew she was
Family
like
stuff.
in this vicinity.
She's in the swamp with us right now. Yeah.
Is she still here? I didn't know
don't
if she went
know.
home or not.
I don't know.
Yeah. She was like a half an hour away from where I am,
Yeah.
and I was gonna be like, "Hey, like, what are you doing? How are you doing? Did you get home safe? Anything?" But I was like, "You're on vacation. I don't really want to bug you too much." And then
Yeah. Just the same stuff. It was the same kind of talk. Like, it sucks when your family implodes. Which I think she's going through that. I think a lot of us, so many of us have gone through that. It's just such a fucking, it's like jarring and destabilizing, but it still has to happen. And yeah, I just think that's what it is,
yeah,
Yeah.
like we're at least one in every family at least right now, and multiple other things going on. And I mean, it just, if nothing else, COVID taught us that societally, before, we always had pressure on keeping a family union, even if it wasn't healthy. And if the one blessing that came from COVID was then you're allowed to cut out things that
Yeah.
don't bring you joy, for
Right.
lack of a better word. So
Yeah. It's okay to basically remove yourself from a situation that's borderline abusive. Yeah, it is. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. But yeah, it sounds like she's just, I don't know if they're back home yet or what, but I know it just seemed like she was dealing with all that, so. Especially since I've tagged her about 6,000 times last week, because we've been piecing together all the stuff on the pages, so. And I just basically monopolized on that sound. That was it. People picked up on it. I was like, fuck it, we'll go with it.
yeah, keep going until maybe people bring, I mean, we got more views today, but like, bring more attention, bring more things to it, and
Yeah.
get people talking. Like,
Yep.
it's all we can ask for.
That's That's all we can do anymore now. I think as we exhaust the legal routes, this is it. So, and I know some of our friends in that chat are helping us that have the bigger platforms, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Yep. I mean, it's good. So, but yeah, I'm going to hop off of here because Jeezel Pete's. This is going to be a long ass episode to edit.
Yeah.
This will never load.
And I got a meeting at like 9:30 in the morning. I got to be awake for.
Oh, that sucks.
And it's not that I'm like not awake, but you know, like
Yeah.
actually mentally awake, not just like meh.
Mm-hmm. I
So
feel you.
just- I have to think out loud and
String together a cohesive sentence. Like, goddamn.
that's hard enough for me some days.
Right.
Come on. So
I get it. In the same way, I'm like, oh, man.
sometimes you get used to speaking in code and you start using random other words in other conversations. People are like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Right. Well, last week was like, I was kind of down too, because like everybody at work comes to me about what's going on with the Supreme Court, and I'm just like, oh, God. Like the last like 3 or 4 years, it's just like, not good things. Not good things are going on.
Right.
God damn it. So,
Good things stopped happening when Ruth.
yeah, kicked it. I know. She should have let Obama replace her. God damn it.
I know. It's one of those like
I get it, but I don't.
I get it, but at the same time, like
I mean,
would historically nobody has stopped it from happening before, so like why would we assume that that was what was going to happen?
right. Franklin the fucking turtle.
little bitch.
Little brain dead motherfucker. Anyway. So, but I'm gonna hop off here, and as usual, it's been real, y'all, and
We'll chat at you next
We'll
week, and
see
hopefully
ya.
we'll have some updates.
yeah, hopefully, and in, you know, the birthday edition. Maybe we
Yeah.
can see if Blaine will be. Well, come on.
Yeah,
know.
throw a party.
Yeah, woohoo! Well, Tabby too. Maybe she wanna. I don't know if she
Yeah.
wants to come up or not.
It depends on the day,
Yeah,
but she's got her own place now, so she's feeling a little bit more confident about that stuff. So
that's good. Cool. All right.
All right, we'll see you.
Oh, we got restricted now. I don't know.
what did we say?
For harassment and bullying.
Oh, did you make fun of Franklin?
I did. All right. Well, we're done anyway.
Suckers.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.